Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Great Plains Land Company came together out of a desire to return to what a land company should be, a client-centered organization as passionate about the land as you are. Land is not something we deal with from 8 to 5. Land is truly our passion. Whether you are looking for your dream property or listing a property, you need an experienced land specialist working for you. We invite you to call our Great Plains Land team today at 405-761-4808.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Score that perfect design at Touchdown Graphics just north of the curve in Pond Creek. They offer screen printing and embroidery on t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, and more. Show your spirit for your school, team, club, or special event with a custom design from Touchdown Graphics. Call 580-532-4579 or see them online at touchdowngraphics.com. Touchdown Graphics. It's good.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
When it comes to cellular service, why pay for data you don't use? Pioneer Cellular offers a variety of plans designed to give you the lowest prices on the data you and the others on your plan really need. That's why people all over are switching to Pioneer. Pioneer Cellular can save you money on your family plan, no matter how you define family. Do the math. Visit our website at gopioneer.com, call us at 800-641-2732, or stop by a local Pioneer store. Find out how much we can save you.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Athlete Care OKC helps you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, and functional rehabilitation and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to athletecareokc.com or call 405-632-4468. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Southwest Orthopedic and Reconstructive Specialists get you back on the court.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Great Plains Land Company came together out of a desire to return to what a land company should be, a client-centered organization as passionate about the land as you are. Land is not something we deal with from 8 to 5. Land is truly our passion. Whether you are looking for your dream property or listing a property, you need an experienced land specialist working for you. We invite you to call our Great Plains Land team today at 405 761 4808.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Score that perfect design at Touchdown Graphics just north of the curve in Pond Creek. They offer screen printing and embroidery on t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, and more. Show your spirit for your school, team, club, or special event with a custom design from Touchdown Graphics. Call 580-532-4579 or see them online at touchdowngraphics.com. Touchdown Graphics. It's good.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
When it comes to cellular service, why pay for data you don't use? Pioneer Cellular offers a variety of plans designed to give you the lowest prices on the data you and the others on your plan really need. That's why people all over are switching to Pioneer. Pioneer Cellular can save you money on your family plan, no matter how you define family. Do the math. Visit our website at gopioneer.com, call us at 800-641-2732, or stop by a local Pioneer store. Find out how much we can save you.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Athlete Care OKC helps you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, and functional rehabilitation and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to athletecareokc.com or call 405-632-4468. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Southwest Orthopedic and Reconstructive Specialists get you back on the court.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Great Plains Land Company came together out of a desire to return to what a land company should be.
I'm Chad Tishner. I'm filling in for the excitable and passionate Nima Nababi.
Yep.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the campus of UCO and Watland Stadium as we are here via Squirtle to provide you with an audio broadcast of today's Class A state championship football game between the Cashion Wildcats and the Ringling Blue Devils. I'm Chad Tishner, and I'm sitting in for the excitable and passionate Nima Nabavi, so I'm going to go ahead and apologize up front for those of you that are used to listening to the Cashion broadcasts that Nima and Chris bring. I'm not probably going to match that passion level, but I'll do my best to replace Nima today. But I'm sitting here with Chris Gibson, who's been in with Nima throughout all the broadcasts throughout the season that you've been able to enjoy on Cashion Wildcat TV, on Squirtle. And Chris, we're looking for a big matchup today, and
yes, sir.
Everything on the line, and see how these coaches and these kids react when they get on the biggest stage that they'll, a lot of them they'll play on their whole lives. So looking forward to a fun environment. Great day. Couldn't ask for a more beautiful weather really on December 14th. So anyway, Chris, I'm gonna send it over to you. I know you've been doing some research, and you're gonna fill us in a little bit about the Ringling Blue Devils and what they're gonna bring to the table today.
Heck yeah, Chad. Thanks again. I wanted to say thanks to Chad for sitting in for Nima and giving Nima a chance to get down there and focus really on his boys.
Watch
he's
boys.
Got 2 boys on the field, and he told me, he said, I would be a wreck if I was up there calling the game. He said, probably calm me down a little bit, but I'm going to get out there and I want to focus on the boys. And I don't blame him one bit. So appreciate you, Chad, sitting in and kind of throwing you in the fire on the championship game, but that's all right. We know you're going to do a great job. Like Chad said, I want to kind of go over what Ringling does, who they are, what they've been all year long. Ringling, they lost their very first game of the season, but since that game, they have been nothing short of dominant, especially on the defensive side of the ball. After the first 2 games of the season, the Blue Devils threw 9 consecutive shutouts. They didn't allow a single point for about 2.5 months until they played Pawhuska in the quarterfinals round of the playoffs. Even then, they only allowed a very explosive Husky offense to 2 scores. I mean, they only let Pawhuska score 12 points when they've been scoring 40, 50, 60 points all year long. Last week against Rejoice Christian, they only allowed that high-flying offense only 19 points. Both season lows by far for those 2 very high-scoring teams that scored at will against every other opponent. So to say their defense is stout would be an understatement. Ringling comes in right above the Wildcats as the best defense in Class A, only allowing 5.1 points per game. Cashion, we're at 9.3 points per game, and we're the second best defense in the state. Both defenses have been the driving force behind the success of their teams this season, and it's going to be fun watching both teams try to move the ball against what will be the toughest defense each has seen thus far. As physical as Ringling's defense has been, they've been just as or even more physical on the offensive side of the ball. They don't do anything fancy. They just line up, and they try to run it right down the opponent's throat. They have had a lot of success doing it all season long, and it's impressive how well they run the ball since teams know that that's the only thing they do. They will pass the ball once in a while, but passes come far and few between. So to have teams week in and week out gearing up to stop the run and knowing that's what they're going to do, so they pack that box, and then the Blue Devils just being able to line up and still have their own way with those defenses and run the ball like they want to, that's impressive. Running the ball with the success that they have not only gives them a physical identity, a presence on the field, but it also gives them a way to control the game and keep the ball out of the opponent's hands. When a team runs the ball as well as Ringling does, it shortens that game. It doesn't let the opposing offenses have near as many possessions as they'd like, and it really helps. It almost helps that their offense almost helps their defense. So, like I said, they just going for 9 weeks without allowing one point scored is something that's probably understated for this across the state. Really, nobody's really talked that much about how good this defense is, and that's going to be the focus today, is just seeing how good we can go against that defense. As far as kind of some players to watch for them, they've got – I usually only do a couple players to watch, but today being the championship game and being that this is a team that's got guys all over the field that I could have picked from, I went ahead and there's 4 guys I really want to talk about. Number 2, he's a senior, Cashion Paul. He plays safety and wide receiver for the Blue Devils. He'll be the fastest player on the field for them and can cover some ground. He's a very important part of their defense. Like I said, he can cover some ground and is a ball hawk when the ball's in the air. But when teams run or try to do bubble screens or try to get on the edge, he will come downhill quick and limit big plays on the edge, and he will spoil screens by just beating blockers to the ball carrier. Number 23, he's a junior, Cash Lyle. He's a linebacker, running back. He's a huge part of their offense. They have let him carry the bulk of the load for most of the season. He has rushed for just under 1,500 yards and will punish defenders that try to bring him down. I watched some film on him against the Pawhuska team, and he had about a 10-yard run, and a guy got in his way, and he just lowered that helmet and just put him on his back and went about 60 yards for a touchdown. So the kid is physical, and he's smart. He sees holes, and he makes things happen. Excuse me, sorry. Number 32, senior Ethan Johnson, is also a linebacker, running back for the Blue Devils. He's a big, strong kid that will punish ball carriers and tacklers a lot. He's a very physical player on defense and offense. On the defensive side of the ball, he makes great reads. He finds the ball and does anything he can to make tackles. On the offensive side, he runs the ball with authority and will not go down without a fight. Arm tackles will not bring this kid down, and if you get in his way, he's the same way as the Cash Lyle. He'll lower his head and just run right over tacklers. So those two running backs are going to be just a terror to bring down. I'm sure our boys are ready for it, and we're just as physical as they are, and they're ready for that kind of thing. Last but not least, I want to talk about number 40. He's a senior, Cody Scott. He plays defensive line and tight end. I said the Blue Devils don't pass the ball very often, but when they do, most of the targets go to number 40. At 6'6", he's a huge target with some speed to go with it. They'll line him up at tight end, and when teams least expect it, they'll have him kind of drag across the field and hit him in an open spot, and he's normally wide open because most teams are selling out to stop that run. On defense, he lines up as a defensive end and really seals that edge for their defense, and he's just a terror. He's been a terror all year on opponents' quarterbacks. He's just a beast rushing that quarterback, and really the last 2 weeks against Pawhuska and Ringling that like to pass the ball, he's been one of the major factors of why they couldn't, because he's in the face of that quarterback, not letting them have a chance. So they have a full team full of the kids. Like I said before, I could have picked a bunch of kids to really focus on, but those four right there will be the players that will make huge impact on the game today. So, Chad, I'll kick it back to you and kind of go over some of the things that Cashion's got going this year, some stats that you pulled up. It's going to be fun just to see what we can do against that Ringling team.
Yeah, the environment's starting to kind of get going here. I see the smoke coming out of the Cashion tunnel across the way on their sideline, and I heard the PA announcer introducing both schools and the fans going crazy. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. And I just want to talk a little bit about Cashion and what they bring to this game. And you know, Cashion, we've been in the state finals. This is the third time in the last 5 years. Haven't been able to bring home the gold yet, and we're hoping that today's the day. But we were runner-up in 2014, 2015, and in one of our semifinal games in 2015, we actually played Ringling. I believe that was down at Noble High School, and Cashion won that semifinal game 32-6 to move into the state championship that year. So hadn't been too long since these two schools have matched up in a big postseason game like this one today. So, you know, Coach Shackelford and
do you want to listen to the?
Oh yeah, we'll come back here. They're going to do the national anthem here, so we'll be right back.
A client-centered organization as passionate about the land as you are. Land is not something we deal with from 8 to 5. Land is truly our passion. Whether you are looking for your dream property or listing a property, you need an experienced land specialist working for you. We invite you to call our Great Plains land team today at 405-761-4808.
the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Score that perfect design at Touchdown Graphics just north of the curve in Pond Creek. They offer screen printing and embroidery on t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, and more. Show your spirit for your school, team, club, or special event with a custom design from Touchdown Graphics. Call 580-532-4579 or see them online at touchdowngraphics.com. Touchdown Graphics. It's good.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people.
Okay, we're back. Sorry for that interruption. We're up here a little further away from the action than we normally are up here in this beautiful press box, and national anthem kind of snuck up on us there. But we're back, and what I was about to say there, Chris, before we went to break was, you know, I've known Coach Alford for 15-plus years and seen him coach in a lot of big games, and you know, I just kind of want to talk about what to expect, maybe from Cashion on a offensive mindset. I think we know what they're going to bring defensively because they bring it every week. But I would expect the unexpected from Coach Shackelford. And that's one good thing about Cashion coming into this game. And I think more this year than any other year that I've been around this program is we are about as balanced and capable running the football and throwing the football as I've ever seen a Cashion team be. So expect the unexpected from him. But most of the time, I've noticed that when we come up against a team like Ringling that is a power-based run team, that usually Cashion kind of bows their neck a little bit on the offensive side of the ball, and they say, well, we're going to bring it right back at you. And Cashion showed that last week against Pawnee, who's very similar to this Ringling team in that run mindset. And Cashion actually outrushed Pawnee last week by 11 yards, 243 yards to 232 yards, and Cashion ran the ball 14 fewer times. So that shows what Cashion's capable of doing, of also grinding it out on the ground on the offensive side of the ball. Cashion just as balanced defensively, Chris. I mean, so many guys that can make a play at so many times. I mean, we could talk about, each kid that starts on that side of the ball for Cashion and do a feature on them. We had 6 tackles for loss against a Pawnee team last week that, it's hard to get Pawnee behind the line of scrimmage the way they run that wing tee and come right at you. So 6 tackles for loss against a team like Pawnee I thought was really impressive. We have 116 tackles for loss on the season. That's over 9 a game.
That's playing a lot in their backfield right there.
So it tells you, and 7 guys are in double-digit tackles for loss. So I just want to kind of talk about that depth, not just on the offensive side of the ball for Cashion, but also on the defensive side of the ball. There's a lot of dudes that can make a lot of plays at any point in time in a ball game. So, and then, obviously go back to the offensive side of the ball and
we won the toss, just got done with the toss.
Okay.
Cashion won the toss, and we decided to take the ball.
Yeah, kind of like Pawnee last week. Yeah, same with Pawnee. We want to get out. We want to get in the end zone. We want to get ahead on the scoreboard against this run-oriented attack. So not surprised there that if we won that toss, we were going to get the ball. So let's talk about Cashion offensively just real quickly here. We're a little under 5 minutes from kickoff. So just want to mention, quarterback Ben Harmon, and I think because we have been running the ball so much over the past few weeks, we kind of tend to forget about Ben and what he's capable of doing through the air with all the weapons he has at receiver. Ben right now has, he's a 59% completion rate on the season. Sophomore, first year starter, and 34 touchdowns against 6 interceptions. So that shows you what they're capable of on the offensive side of the ball, throwing the football. And then running the ball. Running the ball, I think this is where we really see the depth of Cashion and what they're capable of offensively. We have 5 guys that have run a legitimate amount of carries over this season and compiled a legitimate amount of yardage. And those guys, T.J. Roberts averaging 6.6 a carry, Ben Harmon averaging 4.3 carry, Caden Harrell 7.1, Alex Nabavi 8.9, and Brexton Green 12.8 yards a carry. So, a lot of weapons available at any point in time for Cashion. So, that's what it comes down to is Cashion can, I think, maybe gives them a bit of an advantage this game is they can do it either way. And after watching that Pawnee game last week, and Pawnee kind of a couple penalties at the wrong time, putting them in a big bind. Getting behind the change, a 1st and 20, a 1st and 25 is hard for that run-oriented offense to make up the difference on the chains there. And then, playing from behind. I think, just like last week, Cashion got behind. But being able to throw the ball and do multiple things gave Cashion an opportunity to come from behind. When we saw Pawnee get behind, it was tough. I mean, they had a hard time.
When they had to throw the ball?
They had to throw the ball. It didn't go well. Yeah,
right.
It didn't go well, and I think that's what gives Cashion maybe a bit of an edge this game. I mean, who knows? You get on this stage in front of this many people, at this stadium. I mean, I've been involved in a few state championships in my life, and you never know how these kids are going to react when they get out here on this stage.
Definitely.
Just a little different. Yeah, so we're looking forward to it. We're 2:50 from kickoff here. These teams are ready to play, but we're going to Chris real quick. He's going to give us a couple keys to the game before we kick this thing off.
Yeah, keys to the game for this game for Cashion. Offensively, I've said it the last 3 rounds of the playoffs, and I'll say it again. Take care of the ball. As long as we take care of the ball and execute the plays, the game plan the Shaq has put into place, I think the Wildcats will be able to move the ball with some consistency. I'm sure the Ringling coaching staff has seen the success we've had over the last 3 rounds running the ball, and being that they have a great defense that can really load up and stop the run, I'm just wondering if Shaq may attack a little more in the passing game. I mean, like you said a while ago, a lot of times when the team runs against us, we like to run back, but Shaq's going to kind of give what they take, and if they try to stack that box, let's look to see if Ben can really come out of his shell throwing that ball today if he has to. Defensively, the key of the game is going to be able to stop the Blue Devils' 2-headed monster in that backfield. Those 2 guys that I talked about early on can hammer you. And if they can control the ball and control the clock, it's going to hurt us. If we can get them in, a few, 3 and outs, maybe a turnover or 2, that's going to throw them out of their game plan and really help us and kind of turn the field and turn momentum onto our favor. So if we take care of the ball and execute, and then we stop that run and kind of shorten their time of possession, I think we'll be hoisting that goal ball when that final whistle blows. I usually do a final score, what I think it's going to be. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I think Cashion takes this 28-7. I think our defense really steps up and just completely shuts them down today. So let's see what we got. It's about to kick it off here.
They're lined up.
We got some excitement across the way on the Cashion stands over there, just packed. And I love to see all of the Cashion Wildcat supporters and just the excitement of this whole game. All week long, it's been awesome.
Yeah, 2 tradition-rich programs here. And, I mean, neither program has experienced much of a downfall over the past 15 years. And so the expectations are high in both these towns and communities and schools for football success. And so somebody's going to get a little goal today, and we're about to kick this thing off. So looks like kicking off is going to be the star receiver and defensive back, Deshaun Paul for Ringling. He's going to kick it off, and Alex Nabavi will be back to receive for Cashion. As they are winding this clock down, we're waiting for the clock to get set. Both teams been standing out there a few minutes, Chris.
They're ready
to
go
for 3 minutes. And referees are holding the line, saying, no, we're going to wait till exactly 1 o'clock, and there's 12 minutes on the scoreboard. So we're about ready to kick this thing off. We're glad you guys are here. We appreciate Squirtle providing this opportunity as the ball is up in the air, bouncing around. Looks like Brexton Green's going to bring this back for Cashion. He's got a little bit of hold. That's closed quickly. That is closed quickly by number 23 there, Cash Lyle, as he makes the play. And Cashion will take over 1st down and 10. It looks like right there around the 28-yard line. And like I said, the quarterback for Cashion, first-year starter, sophomore, Ben Harmon. And looks like in the backfield to start the game will be Alex Nabavi in the backfield with Ben. Cashion, like we talked about pregame, very multidimensional and a lot of people that can stick back there with Ben in the backfield.
Hey, on that kickoff right there, Brexton was running. Like you said, he kind of had a little bit of a hole there, and that's one thing they do well is cover kicks.
Yeah, and tackle well. Ben back to pass, and here we go talking about Coach Jack trying to open it up early as Yeah, Brexton's holding that jersey like, man, I got a little tug there as I tried to break away as Harmon tries to go deep left sideline to Brexton Green, and pretty well covered there. Maybe had a little jersey, but
I mean, had him held right on his collar.
Yeah,
I mean,
it happened about 10 yards down the field.
Yeah.
It prohibited Brexton from really breaking free and getting a little space there.
Ben put it on him, though. It was right there.
Good
gave
ball.
him a chance.
Yeah, good ball. 2nd and 10. So Cashion trying to open it up a little bit. And now Nabavi will take the carry, and he'll go left tackle. And chugs a lot of Blue Devils there early, but Nabavi's able to keep the legs moving, and he'll have a good gain of 5 yards here on 2nd down. So Cashion, like I said, opens it up. We know that Ringling's going to bring pressure. They're going to bring everybody up in the box, and they're not afraid to run blitz, pass blitz every single play. So Cashion keeping them honest, but now we're going to have a 3rd and 5 as Cashion needs to convert here to keep this first drive going, as Harmon will look to the sideline, and he'll get the call from Coach Shackelford. Still Nabavi in the backfield with Harmon. Shotgun snap. Harmon hands to Nabavi. He'll get left side wide. Tries to turn a corner and does, and it looks like he will get the first down. And a flag comes up. Looks like, Nabavi was taken out of bounds there. Initially, I thought the Ringling kid was going to kind of let up, but went ahead and continued to tackle out of bounds. I think we'll have a personal foul here on Ringling.
Ringling fans aren't happy about it, but hey,
Yeah.
when the kid's out of bounds already, and you have him by it looked like he had him by the face mask from what I could tell, and just sling him down after he's been 2-3 yards out of the field of play. They're going to call that every single time,
state
unless
finals.
It's in Barnesdall, and then they let you drop it back 15.
Well, state finals, emotions are high.
Yep.
The officials are going to get control early.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 after the nice rush by Nabavi. And Harmon now he'll hand to Green, who has to change directions early, and that's where we see that run blitz and them just bringing 7-8 guys every play as number 52, Preston Waldy, was in the backfield early, and Cashion will lose a yard there on the carry by Brexton Green.
And if you look right there, I mean, they had 8-9 guys within 5 yards of the ball. They only have that one, Deshaun Paul, their safety that's back deep. And that's something that Shaq's going to see, and their coaching staff, like we've talked week in and week out about our coaching staff, they'll see that. They'll find the weakest spot and attack.
Yep. There, Harmon now looks like, there's TJ Roberts in the backfield, and TJ will take the carry, and he's met quickly by a host of Blue Devils after looks like about a 3-yard gain there for TJ. So first time now that Cashion will face a 3rd and long here. Is this going to be about 3rd and 8? And the ball sitting on the Ringling 44-yard line. So Cashion, probably two downs here to get 8 yards. I doubt we're punting on their side of the field, so we'll see what Shaq brings to the table here.
And Shaq's really been running the ball. The first play was the only pass play that we've really seen so far.
One deep safety, and Harmon back to pass now. Trying to find a receiver out wide, and he has Brexton Green, who catches the ball right at the 33-yard line, and that'll be good enough for a Cashion first down. Nice pass there. Nice little deep out route by Brexton Green, getting a little separation and getting a first down.
They had twins right over there. It was Brexton and Alex, and they both were running deep, and Alex kept going. Brexton put on the brakes on an out, and Ben just put it on the money for a good, 10 or 11-yard gain right there.
Yeah, good job by Brexton running a route that was worthy of the first down there. Cashion will continue to march on here. First drive as they like to set a tempo as TJ Roberts makes a little jump cut. Gets about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Nice little run on first down there. And that's, I think, what more than anything is Cashion wants to put themselves in 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, giving themselves a chance to run any type of play they want.
Yeah, and right there, the boys gave him a little hold. That 32, Ethan Johnson, is a beast of a linebacker, and we got past that first level, and he filled that hole, but we still got that 3-4 yards. And if we can get that on first down, Shaq's going to be happy all night long, I promise you.
So 2nd down and 7. Looks like Nabavi now back in the backfield, and he'll take the handoff, try to get wide. He's pushed out behind the line of scrimmage early by Ringling. And there you go. There's Ringling again in the backfield. We're going to see another tackle for loss. That's the second one of the game so far. Is early penetration, making it very difficult for Nabavi to find some space and get going downfield.
Yeah, that was number 40, Cody Scott, that defensive end I was talking about in the pregame. He really sealed that edge. Alex kind of had to bounce it out and go back and then try to find somewhere to cut up. And by that time, their defense is good enough that they're going to get there.
So that's going to put us in 3rd and long. Cashion facing 3rd and 9 here as they have the ball on the Ringling 32-yard line. And it looks like Roberts in the backfield again with Harmon. And now Nabavi will join him in the backfield. And it's a handoff. That's Brexton Green. He's met early behind the line of scrimmage, right at the line of scrimmage again. It looks like by number 23, Cash Lyle in the backfield. And it'll be a short loss, and they'll push Cashion back down to 4th and 10. And now we might have to open it up a little bit here on this 4th down play.
Yeah, definitely. He met him in the hole, and it bounced him backwards. I mean, like I said in the pregame, that's another one of the guys that I focused on in pregame. Cash Lyle. They are big and they are physical, and whenever he hit Brexton went backwards.
2 deep safeties now as Ringling looks like they're playing over the top here on Green on the Cashion right side of the line of scrimmage, and Harmon will drop back, looks left, passes left, wide open.
Nice.
It's going up in the air. Alex Nabavi, it is right at the sticks.
Short.
A little short maybe. It is right at it, and they are – linesman is looking at the white hat. This might be a measurement. Nope, they're going to say it's just short. And the problem there, maybe the ball just a little too high, Chris, and didn't give Alex a chance to catch it, turn, and run up the field. He had to do everything he can just to catch it and secure it and stay in bounds.
Yeah, as he went up, I mean, he went to the sticks. He could see him. He was on that sideline right where the sticks are. He saw the sticks. He made his break. And when Ben threw the ball, I mean, Ben put a good ball out there, but it was a little high. Like you said, he had to kind of jump back and catch it. And the defender was right there where he couldn't do anything other than kind of step out of bounds, and he was just short of that 1st down.
Yeah, tough break there for Cashion. As like I said, they were right on the sticks, but nice drive as they move the ball deep into Ringling territory. But Ringling will get a shot here as we're scoreless in their first possession. Quarterback Sam Van Buskirk, and he'll hand off. And there's Cashion right at it on the line of scrimmage and giving Ringling a little bit back of what they got a while ago.
They said, y'all
on our drive.
Y'all think y'all can stop the run? Let's see what we can do here. It's our turn, boys.
So
and the thing is about their offensive line and our they have the same boys in there. Our defensive line, I think we have one guy that plays, Ryan Baker. He plays both ways on that offensive defensive line. And so our defensive front was ready to get in that game and get going.
And here we go, 2nd down and 10, and no gain there on first play. As Buskirk goes back, and he'll hand off to Lyle again. And he'll get about 4 on that one.
Yeah, and they're going to it's going to be a steady dose of this right here, run between the tackles.
Like Austin Vandriff there looked like he made the initial stop for Cashion at his outside linebacker position. And now it looks like we're going to have 3rd and 6 as Lyle got 4 on that one, and Lyle come off the field here on 3rd down. And we'll see right here, Chris, if Ringling's going to open it up and put this thing in the air and deep in Cashion territory or deep in their own territory.
I have a feeling they're just going to try to run the ball. They'll try to get 32, Ethan Johnson on that edge is what I'm guessing.
And here's the snap, and it's Johnson. Cashion in the backfield early, can't wrap up, and Johnson will break free. He is a big load to bring down. Bounces off a few Cashion tacklers before it looks like Vandriff and Broadbrent can bring him down, and that's a big run there on 3rd and 6 for Ringling as a big fella just kept going and moving his feet, and he'll get an initial 1st down for the Blue Devils.
And that's the thing, like I said, even though they were 3rd and 6 on their end of the field, they're still going to go for it. They will still run the ball because they think they can get 6-7 yards a carry almost.
Same thing we saw last week up in Cushing. We played Pawnee. They're not going to give up on it. Buskirk under center. He'll hand off this time back to Lyle, and Cashion in the backfield again on 1st down will hold Lyle to a 1-yard gain. Looked like that was Ryan Baker in the backfield early and got that leg wrapped up.
That right there is what you want. You know, the 1st down, 2nd down, you want to get them tackled at that line of scrimmage, keep them back where it is that 3rd and long.
Right.
Like I said, even though it was 3rd and 6 earlier, they ran the ball. But if you can kind of keep them at 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, then they might have to actually throw the ball.
Right.
And then that gets them out of rhythm.
Ringling staying that double tight, and they'll go right. It's going to be an option right to Lyle, and he's got a little room on the right side. That's closed quickly. As Vandriff's there again, number 14, Austin Vandriff. I think his 3rd tackle early here in the first quarter as Austin shuts that down. That looked like Lyle had a little more room there on that edge.
Yeah, and Austin that time, Vander, he hurt that shoulder early on and missed a lot of the season. And, you might think he might be a little scared to stick his head in there, and that was big Cash Lyle coming around that edge, and he laid it to him there and made a great tackle and only gave him like a two-yard gain. Look who goes back in on third and
Johnson
4.
back in. Yep. Third down here, 5 yards to go, and Cashion's going to try to hold up here as Johnson, who had about a 14-yard run, his first carry, will be in the backfield, and he'll get it again. And another good hole off the left side, and Cashion taking a couple guys to get Johnson down as he barrels forward again, and he'll pick up about 15 on that one, Chris, as he goes left side this time to get another Ringling first down.
Yep, we've been holding them great first and second down, and then they put Ethan Johnson in there, and the kid is a beast. I mean, I'm telling you, he's, I think, 6'3" and like 220, something like that. And whenever he gets rolling, it's going to take more than just an arm tackle. It's going to take getting in his legs, having more than one person pound him and punish him for him to quit running as hard as he is. He's pumped, and he's ready to roll right now.
So Ringling in Cashion territory on the Cashion 42-yard line. And Buskirk now in the shotgun as he'll take a deep snap, fake it. Now he'll keep it himself, and he'll run right in. I believe that's number 50. Yeah, that's number 50. I didn't know 50 or 70.
Big
but that's
Southall.
Number 50, Colton Southall. Playing that nose and doing a good job there. And once again, Cashion successful first down every time, yard or less. So it's the second and third down that Cashion's got to do a better job here of holding serve a little bit.
Yeah, and they just kind of rotate in Cash Lyle and Ethan Johnson in at that tailback position, and they're both huge dudes that just pound the ball.
This time Buskirk gives it to the early back up the middle, and that looks like that's going to be number 11, Cash Rose.
Number 12, I think.
Excuse me, number 12, River Miller, as the fullback there. They give it to him for the first time, and he'll have a pretty good gain there of about 6 yards. That's going to leave 3rd and 3. So I'll see if Cashion can hold up here. Third down. Ringling been very successful so far on all their third down attempts. And Buskirk under center. He'll hand off early again. And that's going to be really close as he goes right back to the fullback, and I think they're going to move the chains here, Chris.
That was Ethan Johnson just kind of lined up in that fullback position, and they just kind of gave it to him as a dive and got 3-4 yards. And this is what they do. This is what Ringling wants to do. They want to let you, even though, we had a pretty good drive, they bend, but they don't break. They don't let you in the end zone, and then they drive that field. And what do we got? A minute 37 seconds
first quarter's
left
almost over
in the first quarter.
So Buskirk back under center now. First down and 10. They are on the Cashion 32-yard line. One back, double tight, wing left, and Buskirk will hand quickly to, it looks like it was Cash Lyle back in the game. He'll go for
14
3.
seconds left in the first quarter, and nobody scored.
Nope.
And nobody's been within the red zone yet.
No red zone yet. So we'll see if Cashion can hold up here as Ringling is approaching the red zone, as they'll be second down and 7 from the Cashion 29-yard line. And their formations continue to change, and Buskirk, who's be under center one time and shotgun here, but he will take a shotgun snap on second down and 7. He'll hand off. Going right is Lyle. He's got a little space on the right. It looked like maybe a hold there on Vandriff. And, flag did go down, but it looked like Vandriff got held there right there on the 27-yard line as Lyle had a lot of space to the right, but this will be coming back.
Yeah, and that's one thing you talked about in the pregame too is, Pawnee, they had a drive going in that last game, and penalties just kill you. And that's one thing I kind of wrote down about the last 2 games for Cashion, where we have been very, very, and I kind of don't want to bring it up, but we've been so clean on with penalties-wise. I think for the last 2 games we only had 4 penalties.
Right.
2 penalties against Barnsdall, 2 penalties against Pawnee. And when you play like that, when you play a clean game like that, it just doesn't slow you down. It doesn't slow your momentum down. It keeps you rolling and doesn't back you up and put you behind the chains anytime.
It kind of been an issue for Cashion for most of the year, to be honest. So here we go. Let's see if Ringling can overcome that penalty. This will give him second down and 15. Fumble on the play. Ball's on the ground. I think Cashion's got it.
Come on, Justice.
Broadbent's looking. Nope, Broadbent did not come up with it. I thought Justice Broadbent, number 20, had it. Must have lost control, but Ringling will keep possession, but they will lose another 4 yards on the fumble there. It looks like Buskirk just kind of lost control of the football as he was going to make the handoff. And so, but this is what Cashion wants, because we'll see now here as we end this first quarter of play, as Ringling's going to have a little chance to talk it over, as they're going to have a 3rd down and 19. So I'm betting they're throwing the ball here, Chris.
Yeah, and the thing is even though their identity is running the ball, Deshaun Paul is a fast dude that can run, get down that sideline. Their quarterback, last year I think he threw a little more than he has this year, but he can throw the ball. So there's not something you can sleep on when it gets. They're not like Pawnee. Last week when Pawnee had to throw the ball, it was almost like, the only way they were going to get you is if they surprised you.
Yeah.
This team can have some plays that they can throw the ball down the field. They just don't do it very often.
Right, and another scary aspect of that is the athleticism of Deshaun Paul and him scrambling around, back there and running the ball off a pass attempt. So, but Cashion can't ask for much more than this. Cashion can't ask for much more than this. Ringling will open up the second quarter with a 3rd down and 19. And like I said, nobody in the red zone yet, and Ringling got close. Cashion got close.
We were just looking at the clock, and Sunken in here, he was telling me that quarter took 16 minutes.
Wow.
So it's a 12-minute quarter on the clock. It took 16 minutes to get to play that quarter.
Yep.
And that's exactly what Ringling wants. They want to
shorten
the
game,
clock
shorten
all
the game.
The way down,
yep.
and then get in the end zone 1 or 2 times and stop people. And that's what's huge about this 3rd down and 20 right here.
Well, here we go. 3rd down and 20 yards, and Deshaun Paul is split left as Buskirk drops, and he'll throw right down the sideline. And Vanderf in coverage, but it hits number 40, Cody Scott, on the money as Vanderf had lost his footing. Had great coverage, Chris. Lost his footing right there around the 5-yard line. And give credit to Sam Van Buskirk as he put that on the money, and Ringling is in the end zone for a touchdown to open up this second quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Vandruff was right there. He was running step for step, but I'm telling you, that kid Cody Scott, I was talked about him.
Big body.
He's 6'6", and he's long. He's quick enough. That ball just went right over Austin's hands as he kind of fell down. The kid's got good hands, and he caught it and went in the end zone.
Penalty flag here on the play on the extra point. Looks like Cashion will be in the neutral zone here.
See right there,
that's a big call.
I think they normally kick field goals, and so that's something that they probably wanted to try to do, get us jump off, get a little closer. Now they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, which is big also. We saw that last week against Pawnee too, as Cashion and Pawnee were both not kicking extra points or attempting extra points. They were going for the 2-point conversion each time, and those things become pivotal as this game continues on, as who's holding serve and keeping those 2-point conversions going. And so they'll go for 2 here as Buskirk will go under center. And he's got the big boy, Ethan Johnson, in the backfield, as they only need about 1.5 yards here to convert. So Buskirk under center. He'll hand off to Johnson, and Johnson met quickly and stuffed as number 9, Caden Harrell, there early to fill that hole and send Johnson backward as the 2-point conversion is no good. But Ringling will take the early lead, 6-0, as we got 11 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the second quarter of play.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, that was huge last week against Pawnee. They got up, and that's how they got their lead, was getting those 2-point conversions. So right there, being that we got that stop, you know why that's even bigger? Who did you see out there? Did you see him warming up? Did you see he was warming up down there?
Yeah.
Hayden Aaron, our kicker. Was back out there. That's been hurt the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
That's huge, because now if we score, we kick the extra point, we go up by 1.
Yeah, and we've been exclusively 2-point conversions pretty much in the playoffs, and so it'll be a big advantage to have Aaron back if he can get out there and use that great leg of his to kick some extra points.
I talked to his mom and as I was walking in, and she said, hey, my family from all over listen and watch the games, and I said, man, it just hurts my heart that Hayden hadn't got to play. And she goes, I might have a surprise for you. And I looked down there, and he was down there warming up.
I like it. So Cashion will get their second opportunity here as Paul set to kick for Ringling. back again for Cashion, number 13, senior Alex Nabavi. And Paul will kick away from Nabavi, back over to Brexton Green. Brexton slips at the 20, but keeps his balance. Makes a move to the 25, but brought down quickly. And it looks like number 32, Ethan Johnson, making his mark again as he'll make the tackle on Brexton Green. And Cashion will start 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line.
Now let's go answer. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yep.
They drove down the field. They got behind, had the 2 big penalties. We had the fumble that we missed out on getting. I mean, those are opportunities you have to capitalize on, and then for them to score that big, long touchdown was huge for them. Now we have to answer.
And here we go, 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line, and we'll hand off to T.J. Roberts up the middle, and he's tackled quickly. And 32, there he is again, Mr. Ethan Johnson. And T.J. will get about a yard on that play, 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, definitely need to watch 32, get a body on him or something where he's not making those tackles, but it's harder said than done, right?
Yeah. So we'll see if Cashion opens it up here a little bit, as they've been pretty much exclusively run, especially 1st and 2nd down, as Robert's still in the backfield with Harmon, and we'll fake it, play action, and we'll go deep left side. Alex Nabavi out there one-on-one, makes an adjustment on the ball, but that pass is broken up as Harmon kind of underthrew it there, and Alex did a good job of making a move and coming back to the basketball, or excuse me, tell where I'm used to being, to the football. And number 10, Drake Stapleton, pretty good coverage there on the Bobby down that left side.
Had him covered well, and Ben was just going to throw it up and try to give Alex a chance, and I think the ball kind of just slipped out of his hands, didn't really get a good spiral on it, and Alex made a good defensive play almost, because they had 2 guys kind of coming over there that could have made an interception.
Wind that we kind of have right now, it's light, but it is in the face of Cashion right here. Harmon back to pass, and he'll go out wide. And that's a lateral.
Backwards.
That goes behind, but I think we're going to have a personal foul. And number 32 went high on Harmon, so this will be interesting here because Johnson's a key player for them. And you don't want to see kid like that get ejected in a state final game, but he did go high up into the face mask, helmet to helmet of Ben Harmon. As the referee's talking, that was a lateral, and they did mark it as a lateral. Ball did go out of bounds, so it would be Cashion ball even without the penalty.
Yeah, the Ringling faithful is not liking that at all, and like you said, as he threw the ball, he came in high, and I'm guessing that's what that's what I'm saying.
I think Ringling should be satisfied with just the roughing the passer, because that could have been worse. They're talking about this because it did look like he went high on Ben. So, like I said, if I'm a Ringling fan, I'm just going to take a deep breath and thank my lucky stars for just the roughing the passer.
Because as the way it is nowadays with the safety of the players and the helmet-to-helmet stuff like that, they should be happy that wasn't worse for them.
So they should go back to the original line of scrimmage and mark off this penalty. They're having a – okay, so they're going to call off the roughing the passer because technically, Chris, it wasn't a pass.
Right.
And I think that's why they're waving it off, and that does kind of make sense as the ball went backwards. So it was not a forward legal pass. My only argument to that is it looked like the hit made the ball go backwards.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. But you'd have to take a look at that one on film later. But having said that, that's going to force Cashion to punt here on 4th down and long. Brexton Green back to punt. And he'll get a spinner that goes down the field, and it will take a hop at the Cashion 45 and will be downed on the Cashion side of the 50. As Ringling will take over 1st down and 10 on their second possession of the game, and they'll be right there at the Cashion 49-yard line.
Yep, this is a big drive. Just like I was saying on that offensive drive, we needed to answer. We didn't. Now our defense, which we have kind of rode our defense all season long, and right here we need them again, step up and get the ball back to our offense. Because here's the thing. They drive the ball. They run the 10 minutes off of this clock, driving 50 yards, which they could do.
Capable.
And they score. They're up 2 scores, and they get the ball at the first half.
Buskirk under center. And he'll hand up to Ethan Johnson early, and he'll be brought down quickly as he'll get a couple yards in the trenches there. Looked like Gunnar Simpson there made the play for Cashion. As like I said, I mean, Ringling here has to be happy, up 6-0, 10 minutes left in the second quarter play. If they can run some clock here, get them, even if they don't score, but they get the ball down deeper in Cashion territory. They're the same. They're going to be relying on that defense too, and I think Coach Coons feels comfortable up 6-0 relying on that defense. So.
Oh, definitely. They get a lead, they're happy. I mean, they think they can play from the front is where they want to be.
Buskirk under center, and now he'll hand out to Lyle, who was deep in the backfield, and he'll get a pretty good gain as he'll take it forward for about 5 yards there as he is met and tackled on the play.
Yeah, and right now
number 10, Brexton Green.
The battle of the trenches on when we're on defense, they're winning it.
Yep.
Our boys up front haven't been used to losing that battle, and they're getting pushed around right now. So they have got to step up, start making plays on that front line, and slowing down those running backs before they get 2 or 3 yards down the field.
3rd and 2 here. Buskirk under center. Got Johnson behind him, deep. And Buskirk will take the center snap, and he'll give it to Johnson, who's met early, and I don't think he got it as Caden Harrell came to finish that off. I'm not sure. One of the Cashion defensive linemen, it looks like. Oh, no, it's Bryce Miller from linebacker. So Bryce got in early, low. Caden came in high to finish it off, and they'll hold Johnson to a minimal gain and a big 4th down and 1 here from the 40-yard line. And Coach Coons going to go for it here.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. I promise you that much. They have so much faith in that defense.
Yep.
Even if they were at their own 45, they were probably going to go for it.
So 4th and 1, we'll see if Cashion can hold here as Buskirk. He'll go shotgun here, which is kind of surprising on 4th and 1, and he'll keep it himself. He'll go right, and no room there as Cashion holds. Great play early. 61 Hayden Branch there quickly on that left side and makes a play and a big stop. And now you mentioned field position, Chris, a while ago, and that field position now instantly switches into the favor of Cashion.
Yes, sir. And that was you said it. You couldn't have said it better. Huge 4th down play right there.
Huge.
And for us, and if I was them, I don't know why they didn't line up and run 32, 23, whatever. Yep. They've been getting 3 or 4 yards, and they had that quarterback kind of on a little sneak around the corner.
Trying to get that extra blocker, but Hayden Branch did a great job of penetrating early.
Snuck through there, stuck him.
So here we go. Cashion trying to ride the momentum of that defensive stop. Harmon takes a snap. We got a flag down. Maybe a delay of game here. Did the clock run out? We'll see. No, we got a false start. So what we don't want to see, but early penalties in possessions, and that's what we kind of talked. Cashion kind of has some trouble, especially the first half of the season, of putting themselves in some situations of getting behind the chains early in possessions. So they'll start 1st and 15 here on this one. Harmon, he fakes a handoff. He'll go back to pass, and he's going deep. Nabavi's open. The ball's underthrown, tipped by Nabavi. And luckily that falls to the ground as Nabavi had a step and a half probably on the coverage, but Harmon underthrows that one a little bit. Like I said, going into a little bit of a wind here, but Ben's been short a few times, so hopefully he'll adjust and get that thing out in front and give our receivers a chance to run under it and catch it.
Yeah,
2nd down, 15.
When Alex ran his route, he had his the defensive back covering him just completely confused of where he was going. Yep. Had it, like you said, 2 or 3, yards right between it. And as it Ben threw it, kid caught up to it. Alex had to kind of make a play and didn't get the completion.
So 2nd down and 15. Roberts in the backfield. Harmon door option right. Harmon with a ton of room to the right. If he can get outside, he might go. And if he can stay in bounds, he does not. Harmon steps out of bounds, but it'll be a 1st down. As we got one official still calling the play live, one calling it dead. A little confusion between the officiating crew. But they will mark Ben out of bounds, as he had one guy to beat as he got wide quick. But a big 20-yard run for Ben Harmon on that option as he keeps it and moves the chains for Cashion.
Yeah, must have just stepped out on that edge. He was kind of tiptoeing there.
Yep.
And as he finally felt like he was in, he turned it on the Jets and went to the house and got tackled. But the line judge on that side must have saw him step on that white line.
Another option there, just, pardon the pun, another option for Cashion.
Yes.
So we've seen the ball handed off to 3 different people, but you can't forget about Ben. Ben's an electric athlete, and he can get out wide, and he can make plays just as well as our other backs. As we get a little deep in the play clock, kind of some confusion there after that long run with the ball being called out, but Ben continuing to run and the back judge continuing to run, and so we're going to have to burn a timeout here as the play clock kind of running down on us there.
Yeah, that line judge on that other side needs to blow that whistle a little louder.
A little louder, yeah.
I mean, because the thing is, Ben went all the way down the field, like you said. Mm-hmm. They wound up tackling him. I mean, the real time of the game, the play was over 10 seconds before he got tackled.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that and the thing is, I mean, I'm not saying he messed up or anything. It is loud out there. I mean, we're inside,
sure. Right on our sideline.
Yeah,
too.
we can hear this Ringling crowd just going crazy.
Yeah.
Our sideline is packed; they're going crazy. So, I mean, I'm sure it's hard to hear down there.
You just don't see that very often, where one official calls it dead and the rest of the crew continues.
The whole rest of the crew went.
Continuing the play. I don't know if I've seen that before, but out of the timeout, and Cashion 1st and 10 is now there in Ringling territory, the Ringling 44-yard line. Cashion trying to answer and get on the scoreboard. So they'll run a little inside jet handoff to Brexton Green. He's got room. Brexton on the sideline. He got a block from Baker, and Brexton Green will take that into the end zone.
No flags.
Wildcat touchdown as Brexton's in. Great play call there from Coach Shackford. Little misdirection left and slip it back to Brexton going right. Took one block from Ryan Baker on that right side, and he was scot-free into the end zone for a Cashion Wildcat touchdown.
I mean, they kind of found something on that edge there, on that same side.
Kind of still limping on that left leg, which he broke, 6-7 weeks ago. He broke that leg, and he's back out on the field in the state finals, ladies and gentlemen, kicking extra points. What a gutsy kid is his dad over here, one of the Cashion coaches in the coach's booth. He's showing a little emotion. It's great to see that for a kid who deserves to be out on the field in the state finals his senior year.
Oh, definitely. The kid's been here, been a big part of this team for 3 years. And when he went down, it was heartbreaking for everybody on that team because everybody loves the kid. And to see him out here to be able to be a huge part of this game.
Contribute. Yeah.
I mean, that's got to, completely just elate him and be – he's not going to kick kickoffs.
Right,
You don't want him out there running around on that leg. But man, to be able to come in and kick those extra points is huge for us.
If he does nothing else the rest of the game, just that right there, that'll mean something. He'll remember that for the rest of his life. So good to see for number 1, Hayden Aaron. And you mentioned Cashion had two seniors get hurt for, Austin Vander, who came back off a broken collarbone. So 2 seniors that Cashion stepped to be able to allow those kids to get back and contribute this year. So set to kick off for Cashion number 32, Lance Christensen. A late addition to the team this year after Hayden went down with his broken leg. Lance was able and capable to come out and help us with some kicking duties. So, Lance, junior for Cashion, will kick it off.
In the gold shoes.
The golden shoes. And a good kickoff here down the middle to the right side. And Ringling will take it from the Cashion 25, and he is hit quickly. That's number 8, Colton Fincher. I'm not sure who got there first. Looked like number 4, Nick Nabavi, got there and laid some wood early.
Nima is going crazy over there.
Oh, yeah, Nima liking that. As, we've seen both teams returning kicks so far. We've had the 3 kick returns. And all 3 of them have been very similar, where you think these guys are kind of used to, getting some space and running the ball back. But they've seen a little space get closed quickly in all 3 of these kick returns. So 8:07, it's a quick-moving football game as we are, getting to the halfway point of the second quarter already. Cashion takes the lead, 7-6. And now it looks like Buskirk take a shotgun snap. He's got Lyle in the backfield behind him. He'll fake to Lyle. He's going to roll right. They're going to throw Branch, applying some pressure as he goes right, and it passes incomplete, intended for number 12, River Miller. But great coverage there by number 10, Brexton Green, as he is Johnny on the spot. As that ball hit Miller's hands, Chris, Brexton was right there to finish that thing off. So a little surprise there from Ringling on first down as they throw the football, and Cashion there to take advantage of it.
And he went to River on that pass play, but we got to give it up to, I think it was Bryce, that was on the coverage of number 40, Cody Scott.
Yeah, taking him away.
That's one of their biggest plays, and that's what I was talking about. When they do pass it, they have him kind of dragging that little tight end drag across there, and normally he's wide open.
Yeah.
We had good coverage on him, so he had to go to a different guy.
Power I here as Buskirk goes back, and he'll hand to Lyle. He's got a little space, which is closed quickly by number 34 for Cashion, who's been big. Jacob Farrow the last few weeks, that linebacker position. He's a beast, junior for Cashion, and he closed that gap quick and held Lyle to 2 yards there on the play. So a 3rd and long here as Cashion's riding a wave of momentum. And I think
Braxton and Caden out there just getting these fans
they're
fired
getting going.
up.
This momentum right now for Cashion is huge, as you can feel it even up here in the press box. I think the combination of Cashion scoring that touchdown and then seeing one of their senior leaders who's been out with the injury to go out and kick that extra point successfully, a lot of momentum and energy on the Cashion sideline right now as this defense is going to try to get a hold. 3rd down and 8 here as Buskirk's under center, Power I, and he'll roll left now, pitch left, and that's Johnson who's got some room, and Cashion's going to have to drag him down as he gets space, and they go around the left side on their option game, and holding on there is Bryce Miller and I think Farrow on that tackle, but another big game for Johnson, who has come up huge, Chris, on 3rd down after 3rd down. Yeah,
just like you said, just an option play right there, and just kind of, it wasn't even that anybody was in the quarterback's face. He just pitched it out there and let him get on that edge. Yeah. And he turned it, when he turns it downhill, it takes 2-3 guys to get him stopped when he gets the momentum going. And that's how long it took us. It took us 15 yards to get him down.
Yeah, good job by Buskirk of seeing that space available for Johnson getting him the ball. Because like you said, when he gets going downhill, he's a train. And now Buskirk will hand straight ahead to Johnson, who there's nothing there as Cashion hit the gap early and shut that down as Ryan Baker was there, and Johnson had nowhere to go. Maybe gets a half a yard, maybe a yard.
And that's what I was talking about a while ago. Of our defensive front has to slow those guys down. Right there, Ethan Johnson, he got the ball, and he had to slow down at that line.
No head of steam.
He had no head of steam. Ryan didn't make the tackle, but it slowed him down enough. Our linebackers and everybody else got there in time to bring him down for a gain of 1.
Yep. And this has kind of been the situation is 2nd and long. Cashion's been great on 1st down, as they are once again. And it's 2nd and 9, and now a little option game to the right as Bryce Miller makes a little penetration, but Lyle takes the pitch, and he'll cut all the way back across the field. And Austin Vandruff holding on from dear life, and he'll bring down Lyle, but he's all the way down to the Cashion 26-yard line. Like I said, another option to the right side this time. And Bryce Miller had a little bit of a chance, Chris, behind the line of scrimmage, but he couldn't get Lyle down, and Lyle saw a little crease all the way across the field to the opposite hash for a big 1st down gain.
Yeah, he was there, and then he just saw an opening, a cutback lane, had some blockers out there, and he cut behind them, and he had daylight, and luckily Austin chased him down and wrangled him to the ground.
Back in the eye, Buskirk under center. And he'll hand right side, and that is Lyle. He's bouncing off Cashion tacklers at the line of scrimmage before Justice Broadbent can bring him down after about a 8 or 9 yard gain on 1st down. So Cashion bending a little bit here as Ringling is now inside the red zone for the first time. Their first score coming off a long 40-yard pass from Buskirk to number 40, Cody Scott. So inside the red zone for the first time. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 1 here for Ringling. Look like it's still Johnson in the game, in the dot in the I here. As the Ringling sideline getting it going here. The band playing. Buskirk under center. Takes a snap. Back to Johnson. A lot of space on the right. He dances around. Couple cuts. And he'll have another good gain. And he will be down to the Cashion 12-yard line as Austin Vandruff there to make a play. But, Chris, we don't want our safeties like Austin Vandruff and Brexton Green making tackles that far down the field. Rarely, you don't see this often. We haven't seen it very much for Cashion to where it's not one of our defensive linemen or one of our linebackers touching that guy first.
Well, they had a man on a man for everybody up on the front, and you were kind of saying he was dancing around. He was just trying to find a hole because there was nobody to tackle him, and got into that second layer of defense.
1st down and 10 from the Cashion 12. He'll go to fullback this time, and he stood up pretty quickly. He'll fall forward for about 4, but Cashion has some good penetration there, but I don't know that they knew the up back had the football. I'm going to say basketball a lot today, Chris.
Well, when you've been on the basketball sideline for the last couple nights in a row, so.
That 2 hours of basketball film this morning at 7 a.m. So, all right, Cashion looks like gives up about 4 on that play. We'll call it 5. 2nd down and 5 as they are now. Ringling is now inside the 10-yard line as they'll take this play from the Cashion 7. Buskirk under center. They're sticking with that eye. Been in it pretty exclusively for this possession. And Cashion this time, a good job on Lyles. They'll maybe give up maybe a yard. Looks like nothing there. As he stood up, Lyles stood up pretty quickly there. Braxton Green, Colton Ogletree there making the play on that left side of the Cashion D line.
Kind of had him stood up there.
Yeah.
And,
trying to
Jacob
rip
Farrah
that ball out. Yeah.
came in and was ripping the ball, and they blew forward progress right at right before Jacob grabbed that ball. He took that ball, was about ready to go the other way with it.
And here we go, 3rd down, and we're going to call it 4. And Johnson, not surprisingly, back in the game, dotting the I as Buskirk under center. He'll take the snap, and he'll pitch to Johnson. A little delayed pitch, and Cashion gets good penetration on that delay as they were all over
Loss
that.
of 1.
Yeah, and that will bring up 4th down. It's Bryce Miller, a senior Bryce Miller, boy, these last couple of years, he has been a beast from that linebacker position for Cashion.
Nima and I talk week in and week out about Bryce Miller, just how hard of a –
undersized and
just works hard every day. Coach Robertson talks about how hard he works. And just he's not the big flashy kid, but he is in every play.
Loss of 1, and we'll get a – officials timeout here. Maybe an injury, it looks like. Looks like maybe a officials timeout. Sure. Oh, Ringling will call a timeout. Sorry, Ringling will call timeout. So, yeah. Oh, going back to Bryce, and I know, Chris, you've done such a good job over the years this season of spotlighting some of these Cashion kids and talking about some of the things they do off the field, not just what's going on the field. But, Bryce, if you know him, you see him out here in the football, he's kind of a quiet assassin. He's a quiet kid. He goes about his business, great student, great kid in the community, and great leader in our school system. And it's great to see kids like that out here successful on this type of stage athletically.
Yep, it was one of the very first, I think Vite Magazine has a character counts award winners every week, and he was one of the very first weekly award winners of that. And I don't know Bryce just because my kids are a little younger. I don't know a lot of these kids are real personal, but everybody to a T that I've talked to about Bryce Miller has just said he's just a great kid and just somebody that has such good character and such a hard worker that all these other kids feed off of.
And if you see him, if you've known him, I've known him for quite some time, and just, and if you've seen him walking the halls in schools, I promise you wouldn't think he would, he would be capable of doing what he just did on that play, but he is, thankfully. And now it looks like Cashion's going to answer as Coach Wood sees something he doesn't like as Ringling comes out of their timeout with their 4th down play call, and this is a big play on both sides of the ball, obviously, as we're down to 2 minutes left. Chris, this thing's flying by. 2 minutes left in the first half of play, and a big, big, big call coming.
Oh, definitely. You could tell this is big, or both teams have called timeouts because we know if we stop them right here, we have a chance to go score.
Yeah,
go up,
no doubt.
Go up a touchdown before half. They know if they get in the end zone up right here, they go up a score on us going into half, and they get the ball coming out of the second half. So it is huge for both teams.
Yeah, big play. And like we talked about, I tried to mention a little bit, it kind of reminds me of Pawnee last week, is Ringling and their style of play. Even though the Ringling obviously has showed they're capable of throwing the football, but the ability for Cashion to stay ahead of Ringling on the scoreboard is big as this game wanes on. And this is obviously going to be a pivotal play here as split left looks like is number 6, Payson Perkins, wide receiver for Ringling, as Buskirk will go to the center. He's got Johnson to his left. He'll go to the shotgun, Lyle to his left. He'll drop back, throw back right, wide open, right side of the end zone. A little misdirection there, and sneaking over into the right side of that end zone was number 17, Braden Johnson, as Buskirk finds him, and another Ringling touchdown here, as Ringling will go ahead 12-7 with 2:04 left in the game, pending this extra point try, and it looks like they're going to line up for the extra point.
Right there, that's the thing. They don't ever run the ball. We're geared up to stop the ball. We saw a pass, but, man, they just snuck him right over to a wide open area in the field. It was just a throw and catch, very easy throw and catch for a touchdown.
So here's the extra point attempt. Like I said, we know these are going to be important as the game goes on. And that extra point is up and good. Kicking the extra point for Ringling, number 4, Logan Duhan. And that will make the score 13-7. Ringling ahead, but still, Cashion, that one extra point is huge, looming as Cashion, as they can score, can tie it up, and just need another extra point to go ahead with 2:04 left in the second quarter.
Got that, just like I was just about to say, 2 minutes and 4 seconds for us to get the ball, get down the field, put some more points on the board, and go into that halftime with some momentum and being right there even with them at coming out of halftime.
Yeah, correct. And, a good return here, which Brexton, Alex, they're so capable here on any kick return to bring it back a ways. So a good kick return here with, 3 of your best runners back there to receive it. You got TJ, Alex, and Brexton all back. So any one of them capable of breaking this thing for a while. And if they could get a good little return here and give themselves a chance, 2 minutes is plenty of time for Cashion to move the ball down the field and score. So number 2, Deshaun Paul will kick off. Cashion ready to receive. They've been kicking exclusively really to Brexton. It looks like they'll probably head that way again. He'll kick it over to Brexton again, and Brexton will take it clean this time, and he'll approach the 30-yard line. Not a lot of room again, as Ringling doing a good job of filling those gaps, holding their responsibilities on that kick team. And
that is one thing I noticed on film was when they kick the ball, there's not very often, I don't think any that I saw them get a very good return.
Right.
They have guys flying down the field. They stay in their lanes, and when they get to the ball carrier, it's usually a hit and a tackle.
Right. Well, these two teams, they're going to be good in all phases if they're going to make it this far and playing for this gold ball. You'd expect that. And the special teams to be just as good as the offense and defensive side of the balls, which both these teams are. So here we go. Cashion, 1:58 now remaining. Harmon will be in the shotgun. Cashion, 1 timeout to work with as they try to move down and answer. And Harmon goes right option, holds it, now pitches late, and TJ's got some space down the right side, and he's going down that right sideline, one person to beat, and he is brought down all the way down to the Ringling 30-yard line. Great job by Ben Harmon of holding on to that ball. Looking like I'm not a big fan, but I'm gonna say he looked like a late 70s, early 80s OU quarterback holding that thing going down the right side. It hurts me to say that, but I'm glad to see Ben do it right now. I promise you that.
Yeah, definitely. He got out there and kind of had some yards and waited for that defender to come to him before he pitched to TJ, and then it had TJ plenty of green grass to run on.
Now Harmon will just keep it this time. He'll go right side, got blockers, following Baker. Great cut off Baker's block, and he's brought down. Looks like they'll give him the first down, which stops the clock.
He was hammered.
He got flattened, and that was, number 32, Ethan Johnson, on the tackle. And I think all his body weight landed on Ben there, but Harmon doing a good job holding on the ball, getting the first down. Stops the clock there for a little bit, but now the clock running. We're under a minute 20. Cashion now in the red zone as they will try to answer. And like you said, Chris, Ringling gets the ball to start the third quarter, so big for Cashion to answer. Nabavi takes it, room, spinning right side, upended at the 15-yard line. But another good first down run for Cashion is number 13, Julius Coons. I'm guessing is the coach's son, makes the tackle in the secondary for Ringling.
That gain right there came right between the tackles.
Yep.
We've been pounding that right side going around that edge, and that time just went right up the middle.
Under a minute, and now Nabavi right side again, has to cut it back inside. Great move. First down inside the 10, carrying tacklers down to the 4-yard line. Alex Nabavi, great run there, and Cashion probably, nope, yeah.
Yeah,
Clock stop. First down, stops the clock, first and goal. Coach Jack not using that timeout. 40 seconds left. Harmon quickly in the shotgun, gives it to Bobby. He's hit quick, and he'll go down at the 4-yard line. And now I think Shackelford is going to take that timeout, only one he has left, as we'll be second and goal now from the 4-yard line as Cashion has moved this ball down quickly to the 4-yard line.
Yep, and they found something on that edge, and then as Ringling kind of tried to make up for that going on, well, now
good counter. Yep.
He's just hammering in the middle of the field, and so we'll see. Watching film on Ringling, a team gets down in to the 5-yard line on them, they fly to the ball. It is hard to score on them when you get down that close to the end zone where there's not really anything deep, which they don't really have a deep guy anyway. They have one guy kind of playing deep. But right here, it's not going to be a walk in the park to get in the end zone this last 4 yards.
No, and we'll see, like you said, and after the first big run down the right sideline that Ben had where he stepped out of bounds, You mentioned it then, Chris, that you thought Cashion had found something on that right side, and they've continued to pound that right side of their line, and a lot of success. And we'll see if they continue to do it here, maybe, or like you said, maybe they counter that and maybe they play off of it and do a little misdirection like we've seen with Brexton earlier. So 2nd down and goal, 4-yard line, 34 seconds. And it looks like Harmon in the backfield now with T.J. Roberts, who had a lot of success versus Pawnee last week in this situation, but nothing there as unblocked into the backfield, number 52, Preston Waldy. A tackle for loss of 2, and the clock is running. Cashion, no timeouts, 21 seconds left as Harmon's in the shotgun. They're going to have to get a play off here, and he's going to hand off to TJ. He better score. He better score because it's 4th down, and Cashion probably won't get another play off. They're going to have to hurry and line up. 9, 7, 6, 5. No, I don't know if we're going to get this off. Ben's going to have to snap it. 2, 1. He gets it off, and TJ – and he'll be stopped short as Cashion will be held short. Big stop for Ringling as we end this half as Roberts stopped right there at the 1-yard line. And just not having that extra timeout, Chris, was huge right there.
Yeah, and we burned one early on,
yep.
You know, and when the offense was kind of reeling after that long run by Ben where they called it, where they were out at the 20, or after a 20-yard run instead of giving them that touchdown. And then, you know, it was a big play that it was understandable to call that timeout down
right.
here.
Oh, yeah, that's a massive
They were
play.
going into the end zone. And then to not have that last extra one that we had to burn early on, it came up huge. And Ringling gave it up to those kids. They stopped them. I mean, we were driving right down the field, doing anything we kind of wanted to. Like I said, you get down to that 5-yard line, they are hard to score on, and it proved right there. And they go into the locker room up 13-7, and they get the ball coming out of the half. We've got a lot of work to do.
Yep.
Game's not over yet, though.
Oh,
and
no.
I guarantee you Shaq and Coach Wood and the rest of the coaches are going to go in and make some adjustments going into the second half.
Yeah, as Cashion came out last week after the Pawnee game, after the Pawnee first half, and completely different second half than we've seen in the first half. So I'd expect Coach Wood and everybody to come out and make some adjustments halftime, and we'll see how this second half unfolds. Great game, exactly what we expected so far, and looks like we're in for an exciting finish here, Chris.
Yeah, definitely. And let's go ahead and go to break here for a little bit. We will come back. We'll probably have Lane come in, little lessons with Lane one last time on the season, on the football season, and kind of go over some of the stats when we get back here. But, 13-7. Ringling is up on the Cashion Wildcats here in the championship game, and we will be back here shortly.
And our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
When it comes to cellular service, why pay for data you don't use? Pioneer Cellular offers a variety of plans designed to give you the lowest prices on the data you and the others on your plan really need. That's why people all over are switching to Pioneer. Pioneer Cellular can save you money on your family plan, no matter how you define family. Do the math. Visit our website at gopioneer.com, call us at 800-641-2732, or stop by a local Pioneer store. Find out how much we can save you.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Athlete Care OKC helps you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, and functional rehabilitation and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to athletecareokc.com or call 405-632-4468. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Southwest Orthopedic and Reconstructive Specialists get you back on the court.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Great Plains Land Company came together out of a desire to return to what a land company should be, a client-centered organization as passionate about the land as you are. Land is not something we deal with from 8 to 5. Land is truly our passion. Whether you are looking for your dream property or listing a property, you need an experienced land specialist working for you. We invite you to call our Great Plains Land team today at 405-761-4808.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Score that perfect design at Touchdown Graphics just north of the curve in Pond Creek. They offer screen printing and embroidery on t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, and more. Show your spirit for your school, team, club, or special event with a custom design from Touchdown Graphics. Call 580-532-4579 or see them online at touchdowngraphics.com. Touchdown Graphics. It's good.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
When it comes to cellular service, why pay for data you don't use? Pioneer Cellular offers a variety of plans designed to give you the lowest prices on the data you and the others on your plan really need. That's why people all over are switching to Pioneer. Pioneer Cellular can save you money on your family plan, no matter how you define family. Do the math. Visit our website at gopioneer.com, call us at 800-641-2732, or stop by a local Pioneer store. Find out how much we can save you.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Athlete Care OKC helps you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, and functional rehabilitation and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to athletecareokc.com or call 405-632-4468. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Southwest Orthopedic and Reconstructive Specialists get you back on the court.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Great Plains Land Company came together out of a desire to return to what a land company should be, a client-centered organization as passionate about the land as you are. Land is not something we deal with from 8 to 5. Land is truly our passion. Whether you are looking for your dream property or listing a property, you need an experienced land specialist working for you. We invite you to call our Great Plains Land team today at 405 761 4808.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Score that perfect design at Touchdown Graphics just north of the curve in Pond Creek. They offer screen printing and embroidery on t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, and more. Show your spirit for your school, team, club, or special event with a custom design from Touchdown Graphics. Call 580-532-4579 or see them online at touchdowngraphics.com. Touchdown Graphics. It's good.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
When it comes to cellular service, why pay for data you don't use? Pioneer Cellular offers a variety of plans designed to give you the lowest prices on the data you and the others on your plan really need. That's why people all over are switching to Pioneer. Pioneer Cellular can save you money on your family plan, no matter how you define family. Do the math. Visit our website at gopioneer.com, call us at 800-641-2732, or stop by a local Pioneer store. Find out how much we can save you.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Athlete Care OKC helps you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, and functional rehabilitation and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to athletecareokc.com or call 405-632-4468. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Southwest Orthopedic and Reconstructive Specialists get you back on the court.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Great Plains Land Company came together out of a desire to return to what a land company should be, a client-centered organization as passionate about the land as you are. Land is not something we deal with from 8 to 5. Land is truly our passion. Whether you are looking for your dream property or listing a property, you need an experienced land specialist working for you. We invite you to call our Great Plains Land team today at 405-761-4808.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Score that perfect design at Touchdown Graphics just north of the curve in Pond Creek. They offer screen printing and embroidery on t-shirts, shorts, hoodies, and more. Show your spirit for your school, team, club, or special event with a custom design from Touchdown Graphics. Call 580-532-4579 or see them online at touchdowngraphics.com. Touchdown Graphics. It's good.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always.
Okay, folks, we are back here at Watland Stadium on the campus of UCO here in Edmond. And Chris, we're about 6 minutes here from getting this third quarter underway. I know you got some stats over there to go over, but both teams in the locker room now and probably both trying to make some adjustments as Cashion started moving the ball there pretty routinely on Ringling in the second quarter. So I'm sure both, like I said, both coaching staffs in there making some adjustments. You know, like you and I kind of talked about before we come on the air, kind of what the coaching perspective would be here. You going in there and are you getting
real quick? I don't really have anything in front of me. I'm just going to kind of go off of memory. That first score of the game was Ringling when they had, you know, if everybody can remember back, we held them. They got a 3rd and 20. The third down play, down play, or the second down play was a fumble that Justice Broadbent just almost jumped. Had it in his hands, and the kid wound up getting it out of his hands to keep the ball in Ringling's possession. The next play was that 40-yard touchdown to Cody Scott for the first touchdown of the game, and we stopped them on that second. Remember, they drew us off sides, got a little closer, and went for 2. We stopped them, which is going to be a big play of the game. If we kind of come back around, that's going to be a point they're going to kind of be chasing since Hayden Aaron's back kicking field goals or extra points for us. From there, we get the ball, and we've kind of found something on that right side of the edge. Had a big run by Ben Harmon for over 20 yards. He thought he scored.
Yeah.
Every official thought that he scored except one.
Right.
Showed that he went out at about 20-yard gain. The next play, though, Brexton Green took it for about 40 yards. Or let's see Brexton Green. The touchdown was 44 yards.
44. Yep. Same right side.
Right side. Got around that edge on a little misdirection and went and scored. Then Ringling drove the ball all the way down. Got it down to first down on about the 11-yard line. Got the ball down to about the 3 or 4. Didn't get in. We held them. Gave us the ball with 2 minutes left. Wait, what did I miss there? What did I miss there? One of their scores. No, they did.
They did score.
Sorry, they got down to it was 4th down and about 2 yards. First down would have been about the 1.
Right.
And they had a little misdirection pass play there. Got in the end zone. They made their extra point, put them up 13-7 with 2 minutes left, and then that's when we got the ball. Pretty much did what we wanted all the way down to the 5-yard line. We kind of ran out of time there, had to rush a few of those last few plays, did not get in the end zone. Ringling stiffened up about the 4-yard line. We couldn't move the ball, didn't get in the end zone before going into half. So that kind of wraps up the scoring. Not much scoring, a lot of runs, a lot of time running off the clock, very short. I think it was like 44-minute first half, which is a blazing fast first half for a team like Cashion that sometimes throws the ball, or any really team nowadays. So to say that we are we got some work to do is an understatement. We got a lot of work to do because Ringling will get the ball to start the second half, and they are up by 6 points right now. Some of the just individual stats, T.J. Roberts rushing the ball. T.J. Roberts has had 7 rushes for 51 yards. Brexton Green has 3 rushes for 44. Alex has 6 rushes for 26 yards, and Ben Harmon has 3 for 30. Our 1 touchdown came rushing. Brexton Green, like I said, with that 1 touchdown run, 44 yards. Ben Harmon passing is 2 of 5 for 20 yards, and our 2 receivers that have caught passes is Brexton Green. He's caught 1 pass for 12 yards. Alex Nabavi caught 1 for 8. That was another big play right there. That 8-yard catch by Alex. If it had been 9, was on a 4th down, and he only got 8 when he did 9, and that turned the ball over and gave the ball back to Ringling early on. That we would have had a chance to score down there in the red zone. Tackles, Caden Harrell, he's got 9 tackles. Austin Vandriff, he's got 8. Bryce Miller, he's got 6 tackles. Justice Broadbent has 4 tackles. I mean, I'm glad Austin Vandriff is making tackles.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wish he had 0 tackles because he is kind of our safety valve. And so if he's making tackles, that means they're getting 5, 10, 15 yards every run. So really want to stop him from stop the ball carrier before he gets to that point where Austin's having to make those tackles. Nima sent me a text message, Chad and I, and it's kind of ironic. Our 1 touchdown was a run play. Their two touchdowns have both been on pass plays.
Right.
You know, that's not their identity. Their identity is running the ball. But that's the thing is when you run the ball every play and then you have a quarterback that can throw the ball and have some receivers that can catch, that's something that you can – that's something you have in your back pocket, and they've taken advantage of that and gotten in the end zone using those pass plays, using their skill guys. That number 40, Cody Scott's a big tight end. He's just a big boy, a big target that you throw the ball up to him, he's going to go up and get it, and that's kind of what happened on their touchdown. So just looking across the team stats, really, I mean, it's a pretty even match game on the stat sheet. First downs, Cashion has 8, Ringling has 8. Rush yards, Cashion is winning that battle at 136 yards to Ringling's 117 yards. Passing yards, just the opposite. Cashion has 20. Ringling is winning that. Most of that came on that one big play that Cody Scott had the touchdown of 40 yards, so they have 47 yards passing. And total offense, Cashion has 156 to Ringling's 164. So pretty, I mean, it's neck and neck. It's going to be a close game all the way down to the end. In a game like this in the state championship where two evenly matched teams, it's going to be a knockdown, drag out, and things are going to be close the entire game. So coming out in this second half, Chad, I mean, we kind of gave them some momentum when they stopped us right there, right? We'd have just grabbed the momentum by the horns if we'd have gone in to that halftime, getting in the end zone. It didn't happen. So, you know, going into that halftime, our coaches have been great all year long. You talked about it earlier with the Pawnee game, how we came out in that second half and just shut them down after we made some adjustments at half. Both teams are going in at halftime, and they're making adjustments. It's going to be a good one going forward in this rest of this state championship game.
Yeah, we're about 2 minutes out here from the third quarter kickoff. But, Chris, you know, I don't care what sport it is. And, you know, having coached basketball for many years, it's just I know, you know, one of my big things as all coaches really is when you're in a halftime setting, you're talking about going out and you're starting that second half is setting a tone early in that third quarter. And I think this first possession here is going to say a lot about what you're going to see in the second half of play here. So I know Cashion and Coach Wood, they made adjustments and they're going to come out and they're going to try to set a defensive tone, which is what we've done most of the year. Is we've relied on that defense to set the tone and play off that defense all year. So exciting second half, and I think, Chris, all that stuff you talked about numbers-wise, these teams are so evenly matched. Just watching a half of football, I mean, you don't even have to look at the stats to realize this. If you've watched this game with your eyeballs, it is a evenly matched contest, and it's come down to a few very key pivotal moments. Like you said, Alex, half a yard from continuing that drive into the red zone and trying to score on that initial opening drive of the half. And so, you know, the fumble recovery, Austin, you know, has great coverage on Cody and just kind of, you know, loses his feet there, and Buskirk puts it on the money, and they end up with a touchdown. I mean, just little things, and that's how evenly matched these two teams are, I feel. And I think we're going to see the same thing in the second half. It's going to come down to a few pivotal moments. We're 30 seconds out, and we're going to get this thing underway. And I hope we have just as exciting a second half as we did first half. And somebody in about another 45 minutes to an hour, Chris, somebody's holding one up, and and it's going to be fun to watch.
And if you're a player, you know, and I talked about this in that the CHA game. You know, we were down in that game with about a minute left on the clock. And I look over, and Neiman kind of has this look in his eyes like, oh, crap, you know. And I'm like, if you're a player, you love it.
Yeah,
like,
this is it.
I want it. Let's
give
give me the ball. We have the ball. Let's go score. I guarantee you these seniors are looking around. These juniors, these sophomores are looking around going, hey, guys, we have this in our grasp. bring it. Let's go
We're
out
here.
there
Yep.
and fight to the finish.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Really the only true adversity in the second late in the game, especially that Cashion has faced all year, and they responded great to that. I would expect them to respond just as good today in this second half. As we're set to kick, and Christensen will pooch it to the left. That ball's going to be on the ground, Chris, and picked up on the bounce. And quickly,
Jacob Farrow.
Mr. Farrow puts a pop down. I think that ball was loose. And Ringling got on it as Farrow came in strong.
Talk about setting a tone right there.
That's what and good job. Farrow, Jacob, just like his older brother, we used to sit in the press box and we couldn't wait for kickoffs to watch those Farrow boys run down and try to decapitate somebody. But, yeah, great job by Farrow there as he lodged the ball loose. But, unfortunately, for Cashion's sake, Ringling ends up with the football. They'll take over first down and 10. Pretty good field position as they'll start from their own 35-yard line. And they'll start, as they did in the first half, with number 23, Cash Lyle, in the back of the eye. Buskirk under center. And he will hand left. Lyle's got a little room there, and he's wrapped up quick. Looked like a little hole there was going to open, Chris, on that left side. It closed quick as Broadbent and Gunnar Simpson were in there quickly to take care of that and keep that to a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, there were some arms trying to tackle him, and it didn't slow him down much. But once those linebackers and like you said, Gunnar kind of came across that, scraped down the line and got him to the ground.
Second down, 7, opening drive of the third quarter as Buskirk under center. Still Lyle dotting the I. He will go right this time. A lot of
Jacob Farrow
momentum into the backfield. And there's Farrow again as Jacob Farrow coming out making 2 big plays already in the second half, and that'll be a loss of 3 on the play. And just great penetration on that side of the ball as Jacob Farrow blew that up quickly, took the blocker into the backfield with him, and we'll have a 3rd and long, which was tough for Cashion in the first half, Chris. They're going to have to find a way to get these guys off the field on 3rd down. And, number 32, Ethan Johnson, he's coming in on these 3rd and long. He's been real successful. Cashion needing some penetration again through that offensive line to try to, like you said earlier, don't let him get ahead of steam. Once he gets going downhill, he's tough to stop. Buskirk under center, as we anticipate, it's going to Johnson. It does right side, and they slow him down early this time, and it's Farrow again. Chris, what a start to the second half for number 34, junior Jacob Farrow, as he has dominated that line of scrimmage over there, and he will hold Johnson to 2, and I think we're going to see the first Ringling punt of the game.
Yeah, Hayden Branch and that whole left side of that just came through, slowed everything down, and then Jacob Farrow just came in there and cleaned house, put him on the ground, and forced that fourth down, that 3 and out. That's what I was talking about in the pregame. 3 and out. Let's get the ball. Let's go score. First
3 and out stop for Cashion as the punt is up, and it's going to be high and short, and they are waving everybody off, trying to get everybody out of the way. It'll actually bounce back towards Cashion's favor as they'll take over first down and 10 with pretty good field position on the Cashion 37-yard line. So, Chris, just what Cashion needed. They needed a quick physical stop, get up Ringling off the field. Let's get that offense back on the field and keep moving that ball down the field like we did in the majority of the second quarter, really.
Yeah, and just like you said, just come out, set a tone right there. Jacob Farrow started it out on that kickoff and just continued to pound them right there and gave the ball back to our boys.
Roberts will be in the backfield. He'll line up left of Harmon. 3 wide left as Harmon takes the snap, and he's going to drop back, and they're going to open this thing with a pass. Harmon looks to scramble. He's shaking around, and now he will go down and sack as number 57, H.J. Stewart, sophomore defensive lineman for Ringling, gets in the backfield. And Harmon wanted to run early, couldn't find a space, Chris. He kind of danced around, tried to get back to his right, and just nothing there.
Yeah, I think he was watching Brexton kind of. It was a late blooming play there, and Brexton kind of broke free, but by that time he was kind of surrounded by some guys he couldn't step up and throw, so he decided to try to run. Well, by that point, there was nowhere for him to go and just got engulfed by their front line.
2 receivers right, 1 left, Harmon in the backfield, shotgun snap. He'll fake to Roberts. He'll go left. He's looking to keep it. A lot of penetration in the backfield as Ringling. Looks like Lyle is in the backfield, and he'll throw Cashion down for another loss as 2 negative plays here to open up this first drive for Cashion in the third quarter as Harmon will lose 2, and Cashion will be facing a 3rd and 19 on this opening drive.
Yeah, defenses in that first half for these two teams, kind of gave up a lot of yards. This second half, both defenses came out, made some adjustments, and have not given up anything.
Yep. So Cashion trying to throw the ball early and couldn't get anybody open, and Harmon gets sacked and then runs left and loses a couple on second down, and now it's 3rd and long, and Harmon's going to drive back, and he's going to throw a wheel route. Right side, Roberts open, ball gets there. TJ
First
Roberts
down,
goes up, and TJ makes a great play as Harmon put that up only where TJ could get it, as number 8, Colton Fincher, was trying to close quickly on the play. He could not get there, and TJ Roberts out of the backfield. Great catch on that wheel route, Chris.
We've tried that wheel route probably 5 or 6 times this year and haven't, I think, maybe had a pass interference penalty on one time and haven't completed that. So that's a huge time to come down with that ball right there.
Big play, 3rd and 19. Ironic that the touchdown Ringling had on 3rd and 19 was on 3rd and 19 on a similar type pass play. So Cashion keeps the drive going. Big completion from Ben Harmon. Now he'll give off to Roberts. He'll go right up the middle, right over center, and great job leading the way there by Colton Southall as they went right at Colton, and Colton moved the pile forward, and TJ will get about 6 there on 1st down as Cashion will face 2nd and 4.
Yeah, that's a big 1st down play right there where you're 2nd and about 4 now, and your playbook's wide open right here.
So Hartman coming in, and here getting the call from Coach Shackelford in the sideline. And this offensive line for Cashion, so seasoned, a lot of veterans up there, setting the tone early as Harmon goes left, pitches left, tries to get it to Roberts, pitch a little behind TJ. He had a little momentum, but he kind of had to stop his feet, Chris, to catch that pitch, which gave just enough time for number 10, Drake Stapleton to come up and make the play, and Cashion will lose about 3 on the play.
Deshaun Paul right there, I mean, he just comes downhill so fast on those plays right there. I would like to see him kind of do a little speed out with the quarterback and then pop up and throw, because every time that anybody runs, that kid is coming down fast, downhill so fast, there's a wide open spot in the middle of the field.
Yep. And number 2, Deshaun Paul, we've heard so much about his closing ability, his tackling ability as we've led up to this game, and he's a single safety back as Cashion 3rd and 9. Harmon drops back, goes left, ball's tipped, almost intercepted as the ball was tipped as it left Harmon's hand, and almost intercepted by number 23, Cash Lyle. That pass, I think, was intended out there
for Austin Vandruff.
Austin Vandruff, number 14. So, and Chris, unfortunate there because I think Vandruff had enough. He had, initially had broke free and got enough space for that to be a completion, but the tip pass obviously changed that. And now Brexton Green will be back to punt as Cashion will try to pin Ringling back. Great punt here by Brexton as that ball's all the way back to the 10, and he will lose yardage on that return as number 10, Drake Stapleton, catches the ball about the 9. Great coverage by Cashion, and they will end up tackling Stapleton on the Ringling 7-yard line. So great punt, great execution there by the Cashion special teams. And like we talked about earlier, Chris, all 3 phases. If you want to win a state championship, you want to hold a gold ball, you're going to have to do it in all 3 phases.
Yes, sir, and that's Brexton has been a great punter all year long when we've had to punt.
Right.
There's been a few that kind of gone off the side of his foot, but for the most part, he has a great ball, and it gave that time for sure was a great ball. Had some great air time, and the kid it looked like he kind of wanted to call for that fair catch, but didn't, and wound up paying the price for it. So
good job by Cashion special teams as they got Ringling down here on their own 7 as we played a little field position battle in the 3rd quarter. And now we're going to fake the jet, and then we'll go straight up the middle. Looks like Lyle's on the carry there, and he's brought down.
That's the first time they've really lined up, and almost like a spread offense right there.
Yeah, a little spread, a little misdirection on the jet, and then they come right up the middle. Everything's been pretty direct up to this point, but Lyle will get about 4 on 1st down as Jacob Farrow comes in and makes the tackle again. Great second half so far for Jacob Farrow. 2nd down and 6. Ringling desperately trying to move this thing up the field a little bit and get this thing out of a hole. Buskirk now back by himself in the shotgun, and he's going to throw a little bubble over to the left. Number 6 on the reception. Number 6, Payson Perkins. Like I said, little bubble screen out to the left, Chris. First time we've kind of seen that from them as they go empty for the first time as well. I don't think we've seen any empty looks from them, and they'll get about 3 or maybe 2 or 3 yards there. 3rd down.
Justice saw that coming, and the kid had a lot of room out there, but Justice so quick coming down, closed the gap really fast, and just brought him a good sure tackle. They
Yep.
only got 3 yards out of the deal. Where I mean, when he first caught it, I thought, well, he could go.
He got a lot of space. Yeah, Justin, highly athletic, very fast linebacker. And here we go. You can hear that Cashion crowd all the way over here in the press box. We got the windows closed, Chris. You can hear them as they're fired up. 3rd down 4. Little motion, fake jet, back up the middle. Penalty flag on the play. Short of the first down is number 23, Cash Lyle on the carry. He'll be short, but let's see what this flag is as the lineman's over here on the Ringling side has thrown the flag pretty early right after the ball was handed off. Typically, I would think that'd be a hold, Chris, but we'll see what we got.
Where he threw, I mean, I don't know, as quick as he threw it, I don't know if somebody was lined up wrong or they had some kind of a
illegal formation. Maybe. We'll
formation.
See. Here comes the call. They're looking at Coach Shackford and Coach Wood, so it's against Ringling. It's short by about a yard, so it's a kind of a big decision here for Coach Shackford. Well, you wouldn't think Ringling would risk it on the 18 or 17-yard line, but you never know.
And
we'll see what happens.
Ringling's not tipping their hand in.
Yep.
They don't have anybody out there yet.
Illegal shift. Illegal shift, so it looks like Cashion took the penalty initially, and now they have decided to decline the penalty.
Let's go. Shaq said, hey,
Yeah.
our defense, we've been leaning on them all year long. If y'all want to try to go for it this deep
Here
into
we
your
go.
own side,
You talk
bring
about
it.
a big play. 4th down and 1, and here comes punt team, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured Ringling, that's a big risk, Chris. A lot of things can go wrong on 4th down and 1.
Shaq's over there going, heck no, we're declining this. If they want to try to get 1 yard on 4th down, bring it.
Another thing here, we'll see how it unwinds, but a little thing you would think in a normal game, but that decision to take or decline that penalty could loom large as this punt is straight up in the air and gets a Cashion bounce, and Cashion will have great field position as they'll take over on the Ringling 32-yard line as Ringling deciding to punt, Chris, and maybe that was something factored into it. The wind was kind of in their face going this direction in the first half. I'm looking at the flag now. There's hardly any wind. That was just kind of a shank there off the side of the foot. And Cashion will take great field position now into this second drive of the third quarter. And Cashion definitely won that field position battle over those last 2 drives.
And this is a drive right here where, I mean, it could swing the game right here. We stopped them. They're into the field, get the ball back, and now it's huge for us to kind of go down there, make a statement, and get in the end zone.
Misdirection. They hand back to Brexton. That little play they ran earlier in the first half as Ben Harmon fakes the option left to T.J. Robertson, hands back to Brexton going right. And Brexton, they got strung out there by Ringling a little bit and just couldn't find a hole.
Well, it looked like
timing.
to me that the timing was off on
you're
that.
Right.
So Brexton didn't have a full run like he did on that first play that he scored on, and it kind of slowed him up. He still got a yard out of it, but man, if he would have hit that full stride, you think it might have been a bigger play.
Yeah, penalty flag here. It looks like Cashion's going to get a false start. So tough start to this drive. They get a couple on 2nd down, and now a 5-yard penalty will move Cashion back to 2nd down 13 as they brought Bryce Miller in there at H-back to start that 2nd down play. So 2nd down 13, and offenses, both sides, having a hard time getting going here this second half as both defenses have come out strong.
Yeah, both defenses, they went into the locker room and have made some huge adjustments, and just nothing from either side of the ball. And we're killing ourselves with penalties.
And we've seen this. We've seen this before. Like I said, we've had some moments over the season where we've had to fight some adversity from penalties. One that backs up upon another, and that's kind of what we got going on right now. So we're back to 2nd and 18, and we're back to the 39-yard line.
They're going back to their 2 deep set. Just kind of
third,
playing over the
second
top.
long. Yep.
Watch for maybe a screen right here, something just to get the ball out with some blockers in front.
Yeah, screen game has been strong, especially to Roberts this year.
I've watched film on Ringling. They've done nothing but shut down screens, so we'll see what we got here.
Harmon fakes a handoff, play action, back to pass, gets a little pressure, runs right, gets tugged in the jersey, now throws it down the middle, and that ball is picked off. Throws it up for grabs to Brexton Green. And like you said, they had those 2 deep safeties, and that ball just hung up too long, and that ball is intercepted by number 13, Julius Coons. And Ringling takes over, back down, deep in their own side of their field. They'll take over at the 13-yard line. First turnover of the game. And like you said, that was a big drive there for Cashion to try to turn the tide, get back, great starting field position, but as we've seen sometimes this year, those penalties can make a big, big difference in putting you behind the chains and forcing your hand a little bit.
That play right there, Ben was just rolling to the right, and he never saw that safety, that deep safety on that right side of the field. All he saw was Braxton kind of break in front of the guy, and he was open, but that other safety was over there and just jumped right in front of the pass and brought it down.
3:09 left as we're getting already down to the end of this third quarter as Ringling hands it off, and Bryce Miller's there quickly. And Bryce gets through that line of scrimmage and stops that head of steam from getting going for number 23, Cash Lyles. He goes right off the right tackle, and it'll be a short gain of maybe a yard and a half on the play. Call it 2nd down and 8 for Ringling. As Cashion still tries to hold this field position, Chris. I know that turnover was disheartening, but at the same time, you got them backed up. Get your defense out there, get another 3 and out, and get the ball back in. You know, for what we've seen from the punting game of Ringling is if we can get a 3 and out here, we'll probably get that field position right back.
Yeah, you never want to see a turnover at all, but, you know, right there, it was a deep pass, backed them all the way up. Wasn't the worst thing in the world that could happen to us.
Double split right, and Buskirk will keep it, and he will head left on the keeper, and he is met by Mr. Broadbent on that side of the field. Again, as Justice has done a great job of taking care of anything over on that side field. Justice up, and he's limping a little bit there, Chris. Looks like maybe he rolled an ankle or something on that play, but it'll be 3rd down and 3. So Cashion trying to get a stop here, and getting off the field has been a little easier here in the third quarter than it was in the first half. So let's see if they can keep that momentum going.
They brought their big boy back in, and I guarantee you they're going to run him right up the middle. I guarantee you right here, this is where the ball's going to number 32. They're going to say, we're going to get our 3 yards and keep driving down the field.
And in the pistol, Buskirk gets a snap, and here he goes. Goes to 32. Cashion there, can't make the tackle. He'll squeeze through as Broadbent tried to get through there, as well as it looks like Hayden Branch kind of right there at the line of scrimmage, but couldn't get him down. And Johnson will get, I think that's the 1st down for Ringling this half, as they'll move the chains with approaching a minute here left in the third quarter.
Just a good hard run. I mean, the kid was getting hit and arms were all over him, but he kept his head down, kept his speed driving, and got the 3 yards they needed for the 1st down.
Buskirk back under center now, and they'll go back to the I. It looks like number 23, Cash Lyle, back in the game. Buskirk will give it to the full. They're just past the line of scrimmage. It's Branch, and it's Broadbent again. That duo doing a good job over on that side. They keep trying to pick on that side, and Cashion doing a good job holding serve. And we'll have a 3rd down and 5 to start the 4th quarter of play. So here we go. It's anybody's ball game, 1-score game. As we come to the end of the 3rd quarter, Ringling up 13-7. Facing a 3rd down and 5 to start the 4th quarter.
Yep. 4th quarter, I mean, like I said, beginning of this half, guys, you have to love this, being out there if you're a competitor. It's a 13-7 ball game. It's anybody's ball game. Let's get out there. Let's show them who's better. Let's get the ball back. Let's go score. Let's get up and then control this 4th quarter and take home the championship. But the thing is, guys, we have had opportunities this half. We've held them. We've got the ball on our side of the field. We've had chances to make big plays, and we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot a few times with some penalties, a couple bad throws, an interception. But the thing is even with all those things we've shot ourselves in the foot, we're still right in the middle of this ball game.
Yeah. No, it's right there, and this is, we talked about at halftime as we approach the 2nd half was it comes down to so many little things when teams are this evenly matched. And same thing here. I'm looking up at the time of possession, up here on the scoreboard right now. Ringling has had the ball for 22 minutes and 34 seconds compared to Cashion's 13 minutes and 26 seconds. And Cashion can get off the field here to start the 4th quarter of play. They can turn that time of possession around real quick in the 4th quarter. And it's turned into a 1-quarter game, Chris. It's a 6-point game, and it's going to come down to this 1 quarter. Everybody's 1 play away from taking control. So here we go. It's going to be 3rd down. I'm going to call it 6. It's like a little bit more than 5. And Buskirk's in the shotgun. Motion, jet fake. Play action. It looks like a little screen they're trying to set up, and they get it as Cody finds a little space in the middle of the field. There wasn't a lot there, but Buskirk backpedaled until Cody could get enough space in the middle of that field. And You know, it looks like one of those NFL tight ends, you know, that you see that just carve out that space in the middle of the field and end up making a big third down catch.
Yep, it was a well played, drawn out play, and they executed it to perfection. They had kind of everybody going deep, and our guys just were rushing him, and he waited the perfect amount of time before he kind of laid that ball out there to Cody and got it, and then he made another 4 or 5 yards after the catch to kind of push him up there to that 43-yard line.
First down and 10, Buskirk under center.
42.
He'll hand off going right. There's Lyle. Little space off the right side, cuts it back to left, and he'll have a nice 5-yard gain on first down. As Ringling is going to play Ringling football right now, Chris. It's going to be 3 yards in a cloud of dust and run that clock, use the play clock, and they're going to try to I think Coach Coons, even if he doesn't score here, I think his goal is Cashion gets one possession in this fourth quarter.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Their whole thing is right now, let's run that clock out. We run the clock out, we win the ball game.
Yep.
So they are going to run the ball play after play and make us stop them. And if we don't, they will run the clock out. And if they get up 2 scores, ball game.
Ethan Johnson in the backfield. He'll take it going left, and he finds a big wall there. Gunnar Simpson there to shut down Johnson, as he'll get maybe a yard on that left side before he's stopped. Not a lot of room. Like I said, Gunnar Simpson meets him there first. A short gain, maybe 2. It's going to be right back to third down and 3 or 4 yards, which we've seen Ringling in time after time. And this definitely 2-down territory at this point for Ringling. We're not going to see a punt from this point on the field, I don't think.
Well, just looking at our the stats that we got from the first 3 quarters, Ringling is 6 of 10 on third down conversions, and a lot of those weren't short third downs. They were big 5-6 yard third down conversions.
Shotgun here for Buskirk. Here we go, motion again. He'll give it on the jet this time, and Cashion strings it out pretty good. There's Farrow, tries to make the stop, and he will. Oh, we got a flag down. I think we might have a face mask, Chris. Flag comes down, and got a Cashion player. Looks like Farrow's still down on the ground. Strung that out, that jet. They strung it out really well, Chris, but maybe got a hold of the face mask there late. We'll see what the call is. It looked like Ringling was celebrating. 5-yard face mask, and that, unfortunately, is going to be enough for a first down.
Yep. The big third down, another big third down conversion. I don't care if there was a face mask or not. That right there, you can't have that right there in that situation. And I know, I mean, kid didn't try to do it, but it's a
trying to make a play.
A big penalty, keeps their drive alive, and there's 9 minutes and 41 seconds left. That's exactly what they want. They don't care if they get a first down by 1 inch. As long as they get a first down and keep that ball, they can keep the clock running.
And Buskirk now back in shotgun, and he'll be back there with Cash Lyle. They're using that jet motion again, but I think somebody jumped this time. I think we're going to get a false start here on Ringling. So Cashion gets 5 yards back here in penalty yardage, but we talked about that in the beginning when we talked about it last week with Pawnee, how pivotal the penalties are when you have this type of football game where possessions are limited. Clock's running pretty much the majority of the game, and we've seen penalties in the third quarter kind of bit Cashion here in the third quarter and in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and that one right there helped us out though. First and 15 is big. Got to get a stop.
Buskirk under center, and he'll hand off straight up the middle to Lyle. He got a little space wrapped up by Caden Harrell and Justice Broadbent. He'll get about 4 on the play as they continue to churn out the running plays and run this clock. We'll have second down and 11. So big play here. Cashion needs to limit the yards available here on second down because, looking forward to maybe putting them in a third and long here. So we'll see as Ringling is definitely working the play clock.
Yeah, I've been watching the play clock, and they do not snap that ball unless there's 5 seconds or left on this play clock almost every single down.
Buskirk in the backfield, and it's Lyle with him. And here comes another jet motion. They'll fake it. Now Buskirk going to keep it left side. He's brought down for a loss. Great penetration again, and guess who? Number 34, Jacob Farrow. Little assistance there by number 25, Bryce Miller. But Farrow in the backfield again, Chris, and that's what Cashion needed, is it's going to be a 3rd down and 12 for Ringling.
Big play. I mean, the thing is with them is they could line up and run it again here because they think
Right.
they can get 6 yards, and I guarantee they'll go for it on 4th down. Unless they decide to try to really pin us that far deep and make us have to drive the field on their defense. But to me, I'm thinking there's a good chance that we're going to see a run right here.
Yeah, Cody in on that right tight end. I'm watching number 40 if I'm Cashion. Good penetration early. It's another screen. It's set up well. We're going to have a hold right there. Not called, though. Bryce Miller was getting held big time, Chris, and nobody saw it as that screen play is successful to number 12, River Miller. Man, they missed that one, Chris, as Bryce Miller was getting manhandled on about the 40-yard line right in the middle of the field.
They just showed the replay up on the big screen here, and, I mean, Bryce is there to make the play, and he's trying to get away from the blocker, and the kid is just holding him back. Hey, forget that, though. They got to come out here and make a play and get a stop.
Yeah, I saw it live, and I was, as it was developing, I assumed it was going to be a penalty, but nobody saw it, and so Ringling possession survives.
The Ringling fans started really cheering because they thought they saw a hold too, but when they saw the flag didn't go down, they got excited.
Buskirk to Johnson. Farrow knocks him off his feet. And there's a couple other Cashion players, Broadbent, Vandriff, and Green come in to clean it up as Johnson will go for 3 yards. 2nd down and 7, as here goes Cashion again, trying to get a stop, and we're almost halfway through this 4th quarter already, and Cashion hadn't been able to run a play, and you mentioned it, Chris, you were right on it early. I don't think Ringling's goal is to score as much as it is just to run the clock out.
Yep, run the clock out and we win. I guarantee that's what their coaches is telling their boys, and get 1st downs and we win the game.
So 2nd down and 7, I formation, Johnson in the I. Buskirk will hand to Johnson, and he'll go right over the top. On the right side, gets airborne, but he won't go very far as he'll get about 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, Caden Harrell met him right in the middle, and the ball stopped, and it went right down right there. Great play by Caden just to come in and meet him. We had guys all over the place on that, and another big 3rd down.
Here we go, 3rd and 7, 3rd and long again, Chris. But you mentioned earlier 2-down territory. This is definitely 2-down territory here. So 3rd down and 7, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm assuming it's going to be a run play because I don't think Coach Kuhn wants to risk stopping that clock right now. So offset formation left as Buskirk takes the shotgun. He's just going to go left. Got a little hole, got a lead block. He's going to get out to the left. Vandriff comes up, and we're going to get that hold now, I think, Chris, as they saw it this time, right in the middle of the field, and the flag comes in, and that's going to be a hopefully, for Cashion's sake, that'll be a big plus here. Ringling will back up.
When you have the quickness we have on the edge right there, and they're trying to get on the edge, it's hard for those blockers up front when that kid goes to get away and go make that tackle. He just reached out there and grabbed him, and the official actually saw it that time and called it. So a big penalty. I don't think they were going to get the 1st down, but even
it was going to be 4th and 2.
4th and 2.
So big call. Yep.
But we went ahead and accepted this one, and let's back it up, and we'll take that right here.
3rd down and 13, so this kind of changes the scope of things. And we've seen that Ringling has had success throwing the ball down the field, using screen plays. They've had success on these 3rd down plays, so Cashion's going to have to hold here. 3rd and 13, Buskirk's going to pass the ball. He drops back. He's going right side to Cody, covered well. He still goes up and makes the play as that big frame, number 40, Cody Scott, goes up. And, Chris, you can't ask more from number 13, Alex Nababi, as he was draped all over Cody. But Cody just reaches up over the top and makes the play.
Yep. Alex was there. Brexton was coming over there. He was there, too. And Buskirk dropped it in the breadbasket. Cody Scott made a catch in traffic with hands all over him.
Yep.
And right in the end zone, right in for the touchdown. Big mountain to climb here for the Cashion Wildcats.
Extra point attempt coming up here for Ringling, and that extra point is up, and it is good. And Ringling will take a 20-7 lead, 5:28 left in the 4th quarter. And it's amazing, Chris, how we talked about running the ball, and what does this game come down to? It's came down to big pass plays. that Ringling has executed
on third down.
On third and long. And not to take away anything from Cashion, because Cashion has defended them really well. It's just been playmakers.
They've made
big plays. Yeah,
and
making plays.
They've made huge plays, and that's what it comes down to.
Yep.
That's how you win championship ball games. Is
yep.
you make huge plays, and the biggest plays of this game have come from kids wearing blue jerseys.
Yeah, yeah.
And when that's the case, they and that has been the case. They put themselves in prime position to win this ball game, being up 2 scores with only 5 minutes left to play. That drive right there took 9 minutes off the clock.
Yeah.
Well, did that start in the third quarter?
It started in the third quarter.
9 minutes off the clock right there. So to say that we have a huge mountain to climb is an understatement. We need a big play right here on special teams. Get the ball back to our on offense, get the ball in the end zone, and then we're going to have to make another stop or get an onside kick.
Here comes the kickoff. It goes back over the same way we've seen all day, up to Brexton. Brexton trying to go up to the left sideline here. And he'll make a little hay this time, and he'll have the best kickoff return for Cashion of the day as he'll bring this thing up to the 38-yard line. Cashion takes over first down and 10, down 2 scores, 3 timeouts left, but we're going to have to move the chains, Chris, quickly. It's going to have to be a lot of first downs or score quickly, keep that clock stopping because we need to save those timeouts for defense.
They'll line up in their 2 deep package.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. They're not used to running that every down.
Right.
So let's spread them out a little bit. Let's pick them apart, and let's get down the end zone. Use those sidelines, not take so much off the clock, and see if we can get down there and score and make it a ball game.
Ringling 2 safeties, 20 yards deep right now. Bad snap, and Harmon, he's able to corral it. Now he'll move back up in the pocket, roll right, and he drops the football as he's being pressured. But Cashion, it looks like Ryan Baker's able to get on it. But that play did not get off to a good start as a high snap. Harmon couldn't corral it, and now Cashion behind the chains, and they've got to move quick. You can't get your dauber down now. You got to keep moving.
Yeah, and Ben, he kind of got up slow there, but I was watching him to see if he had his head down, and all he was doing, he did have his head down, but he was looking at
his card.
Next play. Yeah. Next play. Let's go.
Here we go, shotgun as Harmon takes a snap this time. Clean snap. He's back in the pocket, looking up the middle. Nobody there. Now throw up the middle, and that ball is almost intercepted, but dropped as number 32, Ethan Johnson, who's had big game today, steps in front of Brexton Green, cuts that route off, and almost makes the interception. Only good news there, Chris, is the clock stops for Cashion, as they'll be facing a 3rd and 20 here, and obviously there's no punting here. We got to find a way to get 20 yards on the next 2 plays.
No, there's no punting. Just going to have to get at least half of this back, and you hope on a pass play, get somebody sprung loose and get down the field.
It's just Ringling in that deep prevent right now, and Harmon had Nabavi on a little wheel down the right side, and that may have went, Chris, as Nabavi had a lot of space, but ball just barely underthrown.
No, it got tipped.
But just a little underthrown and got tipped by number 8, but that ball out a little higher, a little farther, and Alex had some space there.
Yep.
So tough luck there as Harmon had put it out for Nabavi, and it looked like it was going to be successful, but just slightly underthrown and tipped, and the ball hits the ground, and now Cashion in dire need of a first down. 4th and 20, and Harmon's going to have to put it down the field. Can't wait here. Got to get the ball in the air. He'll roll right. Got to throw it, Ben. No room to run, and he'll run out of bounds, and that will be a turnover on downs as maybe the sophomore there didn't really – not really thinking, just trying to make a play. You can't blame the kid for trying to make a play, but got to get the ball in the air. You got to get it past that first down marker and give somebody a chance. But that'll be a turnover on downs, and Ringling takes over first down and 10 in Cashion territory, up 20-7. 4:28 now, and Chris, Cashion needs a miracle at this point. We're going to need the ball on the ground. We're going to have to strip the ball. We got to do something.
Yeah, definitely with that new rule where you 40 seconds. You get 40 seconds every single play, at least, if not more.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that right there is only, 10 plays?
Yeah.
At most.
Buskirk under center, and he'll hand off to the fullback right up the middle. As like I said, they're just going to try to waste time here. They'll take 2-3 yards of wax, all they care about, and try to get this clock ran out. And looks like about a 7-yard, 8-yard gain there. 7-yard gain on first down. And Cashion, like I said, it's almost not just so much about tackling right now as it is about stripping the ball and trying to get the ball on the ground and make a play. So Cashion will be trying to do everything they can to dislodge it and try to get the ball back in their possession. Under 4 minutes now. Ringling up 20-7. And Buskirk will go under center. Looks like Lyle's going to be in the eye at this point. Looks like Johnson now at fullback, so multiple options to hand off to, and they'll go to Johnson, the first option. He's met quickly as Justice Broadbent comes in there, and he'll hold Johnson to a short gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1. So clock still running, and Cashion with 3 timeouts, but you'll probably see if they get a first down here, Cashion will start using them, but trying to save them and get a stop.
Yeah, Czech doesn't want to use them on this drive unless they get a first down, because you want to be able to use them later on, and especially if we could get another score, you'd really want without having to use them. That's
right.
That's what would be perfect. But we're going to have to stop them right here on this 3rd down.
Yeah, and they're in real tight here. Little wishbone-like formation, and he'll hand off to Johnson, who'll go forward. It looks like he's got enough to get the first down.
2 minutes, 58 seconds, and they can
under
almost
3
run
minutes.
the clock down. If they get
Cashion will
another,
have to start using timeouts here on this next set of downs as Ringling will take the ball to the 24-yard line of Cashion. 1st down and 10, under 3 minutes to play. And like we said, we're going to see this play clock go down to 1 or 2 seconds every play. Tough luck for Cashion here today, and we'll see. These guys try to finish this out strong and try to make something happen, but they're going to stay tight in that little wishbone formation. And Gilbert's just going to sneak it forward, and he'll get a couple yards as Cashion gets a stop. And like we thought, Cashion will start taking those timeouts now, Chris, to try to hold off a little time and give themselves a chance to make a play.
Yeah, being that we're down to 2 scores, we use these timeouts. We might get the ball back with, maybe if we stop them.
Minute and a half, 2 minutes. 2 minutes maybe.
2 minutes left on the clock, and being that we would have to score twice is just, all the boys can do is keep playing. 4 quarters of the ball game, play to that final whistle blows, and just don't go out with your head down and keep fighting. And that's all they can do right now, and hope for the best, and give it up to the Ringling. This Ringling team.
Yeah.
They have just done what they've done all year long besides that very first game of the season.
Yeah.
They've done just exactly what they wanted to do, and give it up to them because they've made the plays when they've had to. We had them. We had them 3rd down and long twice, and what happened? Big
Touchdowns.
plays.
Yeah.
Big touchdowns.
And give it up. Give it up to the Ringling defense. Big props to them as we've heard about that defense all week and what they've done this year, and they made a believer. They made a believer out of me. I'll give it up to Coach Coons and his kids, well prepared, and some of the best tackling I've seen in a while. So 2nd down and 8. Buskirk under center, and he'll hand off. That's Lyle on the right side, and he'll be brought down after about a gain of 3 or 4, and Cashion will take its 2nd timeout. With 2:22 left in the 4th quarter, and we'll have a 3rd down and 4 as Cashion will have one more chance to stop the clock. And hopefully then they'll get a turnover downs and 4th down and maybe try to get one more possession, Chris, here before this thing winds up.
Yeah, did you say that was our last timeout right there?
I'll say we'll have one more chance. We'll have one more chance after this 3rd down to stop the clock, and then hopefully get a stop and then get the ball back. So. This clock would stop on the turnover on downs, and we could have a chance to get the ball back. So,
gotcha. Yeah, and that's the thing right here is the whole theme of this ball game. What has it been? 3rd down conversion, big play on 3rd down, all game long. And when they have had to make a big play, they have. Right here, it just kind of sums up the game. They get a 3rd down right here, ball game is over. So, it would take a miracle.
Well, it's kind of like we talked about last week. This style of play, Ringling, Pawnee, what they bring to the table when they're ahead, and they're getting first downs, it's impossible to stop. And Cashion just haven't been able to get on top like they did last week and change the style of game. Buskirk will hand off, and Johnson will be short of the line of gain. So Cashion will use their last time out here. No, maybe they're going to save one, keep one in their pocket here and try to get a stop and save a timeout for the offensive possession. So they're going to Cashion's going to let this one play out. And Ringling has a chance here to ice it if they can convert here on 4th down and 2. Ball resting on the Cashion 17-yard line. And Coach Wood calling in the defensive signal. And Buskirk will bring the Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. He'll go under center, and it's going to be the big boy Johnson in the backfield as he tries to get this first down. And it will be Johnson, and he will be stopped short, I believe. Yeah, he'll be short. He's right on the 15, and that yard marker is past the 15, so it should be a turnover on downs here. Cashion should take over. And it's good to see, Chris, the Cashion kids still showing that want to and giving that energy. They ain't giving up, and that's good to see.
I guarantee those guys up front on that defense, they didn't want to go out with them taking a knee and winning the ball game like that.
Yeah, I respect that. Yeah.
They got that stop. They said, all right, offense, let's go down there and score and just see what happens.
See what happens.
I mean, if they'd have made that first down, the game's over.
No, yeah, no chance.
Ball game, at least they gave them a shot, and it's a long shot. But at least they got the ball back to those kids and way to not give up right there.
So Harmon has 1:35 left. He'll drop back, gets a little pressure right through the middle. Screen pass, and that's sniffed out very well by number 40, Cody Scott, who's made some big plays here today, Chris. But Cashion trying to sneak in a screen and sneak in a first down there, and heavy pressure right up the middle, and Cody steps in to break it up.
If I was them, I'd say let's air it out. Let's go down the sideline 3 times in a row right here and see if we can't get in the end zone, because that's the only shot we have right now.
Yep. So 1:31 left, 2nd down 10. Harmon in the shotgun. Roberts to his right. Harmon drops back. Get a little pressure left side. Now he will do what you just said, Chris. He throws it up, and that ball knocked away. Incomplete. Double coverage there as pass is intended for Mason Manning for Cashion, and number 8 for Ringling, Colton Fincher breaks it up. A little help there from number 2, Deshaun Paul, as he does such a good job from that free safety position. 3rd down, 10. 1:24 left. As Cashion go trips right, single left. Now Bobby over here to the left by himself. Roberts, as Harmon keeps it, and he'll roll right, and he's got a lot of room to the right. He'll get a first down. Needs to try to get out of bounds, and does. He's out of bounds and had a big run there for Ben Harmon as he'll take it up to the Cashion 35-yard line and have a 1st down and 10 for Cashion. Clock will stop. Possession will continue here, Chris. 1:18 left, so big run there by Harmon and big decision there to get out of bounds.
Yeah, Shaq's thinking right there is they're all backed up. Let's run the ball.
Yep.
We still have that one timeout, even if you did get tackled in bounds.
Yeah, deep prevent. And now right side. And Harmon will connect with Vandruff, who gets out of bounds. Great throw there. Great touch on the ball by Ben Harmon as he gets that ball right over that first level of the defense and gets it to Vandruff for a good connection and a good first down and out of bounds. First down, clock stops, 12. Cashion trying to move it down. All you can do, Chris, try to get this thing in the end zone, onside kick it, maybe get 1 or 2 shots at the end zone again. Yep. So Ben in the shotgun. He'll take 1 step back. Now he's going to throw it right side up for Vandruff again, and that ball is broken up. And tough hit there applied by number 13, Julius Coons, as that ball hung up in the air for a long time, and give Vandruff credit as he hung up there with it trying to go make a play, but he paid the price there at the end of that one, and he's still down on the sideline.
Yeah, and he, for Austin to come back in these last couple games and play and really – being that Sam Brown has been out and not been able to play, Austin has stepped in there and really kind of taken Sam's spot. Mm-hmm. And he didn't hardly play any defense at all until the last 2 games, till the Pawnee game. For him to come in and having that shoulder injury, I mean,
collarbone,
those games, the Pawnee game and this game, that's 2 games that you don't want to have a collarbone or a shoulder injury because you're having to come up and hit and make tackles. Yes. And right there, he went up for that pass and just got hammered. And I'm betting he may have hurt that shoulder again the way he kind of came down on it.
Yeah, hard to see. They're on that far side away from us. And It looks like they might be working on
Is
a
that
leg.
leg?
Yeah, right leg. So don't want to speculate on that. As like I said, we can't really see this on that opposite sideline, but we're hoping for Austin's sake that everything's okay and he can get up and walk this one off. So it'll be 2nd down and 10, and I think, Chris, Austin about 6'3". I think Cashion, Coach Shackford, just trying to use his height advantage over there, and try to get one up in the air where he can go up and get it. Not good, as it looks like they're calling for the cart, Chris.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I see Greg Harrell. It looks like he's calling for the cart, or he's calling for the ambulance. So they're looking to get the stretcher over. So not good news here with 1:07 left in this one.
When he went down, he kind of rolled back over on his back and threw his helmet off right away. So, I mean, it is a leg. They are looking at it, a knee.
It looks like his right leg.
Yeah, something like that. And I mean, he knew right away something was not right.
Yeah. Looks like his dad's made his way over there. So we'll see here how this plays out. But, win, lose, or draw, you hate to see a kid go down. Minute left in a football game like this. Minute left in the season, for that matter.
Yep. And beginning of the season, and like you were saying, kind of using his height advantage to try to get push the ball down the field. To begin the season, I mean, he was their deep threat option. We haven't really had we haven't had to use him much since he's been back. But that's why they were targeting him, he made that one big catch and just almost reeled that in before he got hit. And like you said, you hate to see a kid get hurt like that the senior year. Already been injured one time and came back from injury. And does he play basketball?
He does not. No,
he does not.
But big track guy. I mean, big track guy with a big track future. And like I said, I just hope that, like I said, I know they're getting him up in a stretcher. I hope that's just for preventive measures, and I'm hoping he can get back quick. And because I said, he's a big time track guy and has a bright future coming up this spring on the track. So, hey, Chris, let's change the subject here a little bit and let them take care of their responsibilities down there, and let's just talk about this setting for the state championship game. And there's kind of been a little bit of debate with it going on over the past few weeks. Once the OSSA decided that all state championship games were going to be played here at this facility, but having experience for the first time myself, man, what an atmosphere! I mean, almost a perfect size, perfect facility. I'm looking at all these kids over here on the hill, over here on the south side of the stadium, and having fun. And visitor bleachers are packed, and Ringling's done a good job. I know this home side's really big, so but Ringling's equal to Cashion probably in people. But what a good central location, and just you don't want it too big, you don't want it too small, but I think this is kind of the perfect size.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what I'd heard I haven't been to this stadium, and I haven't been to any of the other state championship games this year that they've had, but what I have read on it, they said every game has just been great turnouts with all kinds of spectators, all kinds of it's just in a central spot where all the media can cover every single state championship game in 11-man football. And that's a huge thing for the media guys, and that way they can all come, all see, and have the best coverage for the teams that make it to this point. And that's what it's really all about. And really push out each team and focus on the teams and not have to worry about how we're going to get somebody here, how we're going to get somebody there. I know the Oklahoman guys, they've been to every single game. I kind of follow Cam Jordan on Twitter, and he just says he loves it. He just wants to camp out up here, And so
I just think and I know these contests they're for the students first. They're for the players and the coaches, and then the fans, the local fans that are tied to each school. But there's a lot of fans in Oklahoma and every state that are they just want to go watch a ball game, And when you talk about state championship basketball, and those being played up at the Mabee Center at ORU or being played at the Big House, I mean, a fan can go watch multiple championship games, at one time, and to bring that that concept of football, I think, is big for the casual fan. And I know it may put a little onus on some of the schools from the East coming over here, but I know for the casual fan, it's a big bonus. So I just, I'll give it up to the OSSAA. I think this is a great idea, and I'm glad that UCO was able to partner with them and make this happen. And living in Cashion, Oklahoma, I'm really happy that they were making this happen. So.
Help. I mean, what is it, like a 30-minute drive over here from my house? So
yeah, no doubt. So
couldn't be better for us. And hopefully we're back again, in the next couple of years or even next year. I mean, looking at this team, you say, man, y'all had a lot. We have a lot of seniors.
Right.
But, some of our biggest playmakers, I mean, you look at Ben Harmon's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Alex Nabavi, he's come in and played a lot of downs, being that Caden Harrell has kind of been a little dinged up the last few.
Nick Nabavi.
Nick Nabavi has come in. He's only a sophomore. He's kind of come in and played some center line, middle linebacker for Caden Harrell when he's been dinged up. And you got Brexton Green. He's only a junior.
Yep. Farrow, Broadbent.
Farrow, Broadbent. I mean, there's still a ton of talent
South
on
Hall.
this team
You got a lot of kids coming back.
That are juniors, and they know what it takes to succeed and how to get here, and they're not going to lay down next year and go, we didn't win it last year, we're done. No, they're going to want to get back to this position and reverse the table next year.
It looks like, Chris, they got Austin on the stretcher now. He's setting up, and it looks like is that bottom right leg that they had it kind of wrapped up. So we'll see, but they're going to get him across the field here, and then we'll finish this thing out. So prayers up to Austin Vandriff and that injury situation. Like I said, I know he's not happy about not finishing this last minute 7, but like I said, I hope Austin's back, and he's got a lot going for him in this upcoming track season next spring. So hope to see him back on the tracks. He gets a big ovation headed across the field. And the referees will send the teams back to their sidelines. It's going to take a few more seconds here to get Austin secured and off the field. And you Cashion fans listening, before we get this thing going, I just want to go ahead and remind you this operation, Chris, right? We're going to keep going into basketball season. So CashionWildcats.tv, you can catch basketball games there. And I believe you can catch the games tonight, Cashion boys and girls, in the finals of the Garber tournament. So tune back in this evening starting at 6:30 for that. But then throughout the season, Cashion has partnered with Squirtle to keep that going. So here we go. 2nd down and 10. Harmon back to pass, steps up in the pocket, and he'll go deep left side. Got a couple receivers out there. Ball's tipped around in the air and goes down. It was intended. Looked like you had Roberts and Nabavi over there around the 15-yard line, and Harmon putting it up in the air, trying to give one of those two seniors a chance to make the play, and ball broken up, falls incomplete, and Ringling in that deep prevent right now, and they're not going to unless something crazy happens, they're not going to give us something up that deep. So
that right there, it almost worked out for us for
on the
tip ball, and if it could have got to the guy behind him, it could have went in the end zone. But I mean, all they're doing, they're playing. They got 3 deep, and all they're saying is, do not let anybody behind you.
Right.
Go high, point the ball, knock it down, or intercept it.
Harmon takes a snap, and he's going to go left. They're going to try to run this option game here a little bit, and a good job by Harmon holding on to the ball, and he'll get, that'll be a personal foul. It's definitely unnecessary here, especially at the end of this one, as he pitches it, and he's hit way after the pitch. And we'll have a personal foul here on Ringling. It looks like it's good for a first down anyway, but we'll tack on 15 here, I believe.
Yeah, and the coaches on the Ringling side are like, well, he pitched it.
Yeah,
he pitched it.
Yeah.
And then the ball was past him 5 yards before the defender got there, and then drove him into the grass.
Well,
so,
10 years ago, that's fine, but in this day and age with all the peel-back blocks and all that stuff now, they're trying to eliminate that type of stuff. Like I said, when you and I were playing football growing up, that's 100% legal. So
go hit the quarterback after he pitches
head on a swivel, but not anymore. So Cashion will pick up about 26 yards after that play and penalty. 51
and what
seconds.
I don't understand is if they're going to call that right there, why did they not call that a late hit or whatever? Even though it wasn't a
forward pass.
Pass earlier on.
Little inside screen here, bubbled to Nabavi. He'll get left side, trying to get out of bounds, and good completion there as Cashion is getting close here to getting this in the end zone, Chris, and trying to attempt an onside kick. 46 seconds left, and they still have one timeout. They haven't even used it.
Yep.
Haven't had any need to use that timeout on this drive. So, like I said earlier, we mentioned when Cashion got the 4th down stop, it's good to see our kids still There ain't no give up in them. They are
there's no
going
give
after
up.
it. And who knows what will happen as Harmon takes a shotgun. He'll back up, looking to Bobby to the left. Gets sacked, and that's going to – we're going to have to burn that timeout probably here as Harmon goes down. He's sacked by number 17, Braden Johnson. And Harmon's still down on the field around the 20-yard line. He's trying to get up. Looks like he's got maybe an ankle or a knee, and he's a little gimpy here, and I think they're going to make him come out of the game because they did stop the play there. Yeah. As the clock stopped, I think Coach Shockford might have to call timeout here.
Is it the same way in high school?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a high school. Yeah, if they have a run. I don't think they have a runoff.
If it's less than minutes, or less than a minute or something, is it
He'll start the clock here, but I don't think there's any runoff.
And did they say it was an incomplete pass?
No, it's a sack because they started the clock. So Brexton Green will come in for at least one play here. Cashion, as the clock's running, needs to get this play off. Brexton Green in at quarterback. Shotgun snap. He'll drop. And Brexton will throw it right side. Got Nabavi way out there. Ball up, touchdown. And Alex Nabavi makes the catch. Up in traffic, Brexton Green gives Alex a chance, and Alex just outfights the double coverage on that right corner, and that near pylon goes up. What a catch by Alex Nabavi. And Cashion here looks like go for two. Nope, they're going to kick the extra point as Hayden Aaron comes onto the field. 15 seconds left, 20-13. Yeah, and all you can do, Chris, here is get this thing converted, get an onside kick, and throw it up and start pitching that thing around and try to make a play. It's trying to get one more guy on the field here. 20 seconds, plenty of time on the play clock. Cashion trying to get the extra point team all out. And now they'll get set. And Hayden Aaron, as Brexton Green is the holder. Snap back. And hold is good, and extra point is good. And senior Hayden Aaron gets back out on the field, Chris, and gets his second extra point. And here we go, 2014, and now we're going to see who puts the ball down on the tee and kicks this onside kick for Cashion, as we've had, kind of a little juggle going on at kicker over the past 5 or 6 weeks. So we'll see what happens here, and I doubt they'll risk putting Hayden out there to kick it, but he would be the most experienced, obviously, at kicking. So I would assume it's going to be Christensen here.
And he has done a pretty good job of kind of squibbing the ball out there when they have tried it, or getting it right into the area where it gives us a chance to get to the ball. And really, as a kicker and as a coach, when you're talking to your kicker, that's all you're asking is put the ball somewhere that we can have a chance to recover the ball.
And it will be Christensen as he's carrying the ball out with his tee. 15 seconds remaining. Cashion still with the one timeout in their pocket, so it's depending how much time goes off in this onside kick. Chris, if they were to get it, they could have a chance maybe to run a play, call a timeout, and then go for the Hail Mary or the last-ditch effort. So we'll see here. But first things first, they're going to have to get this successful onside kick attempt. As Christensen setting it up. Last-ditch effort here for Cashion as they're going to have to make a play on this onside kick. 15 seconds left in this state championship final. Ringling up 20-14, and Christensen looks like he's going to his right. Ringling with the hands team out there. Ball's down, and it looks like Ringling has secured it. As Christensen did roll it on the ground. Pretty good little onside kick, but looks like number 22, Scott Taylor, secures it for Ringling, and that will do it. No give up, though, Chris. I give credit to Cashion, Coach Shockford. No give up there. Good to see them get a stop and put it down, take it down the field and put it in the end zone one more time. But just going to run out of time here, kind of like in the first half. Going to run out of time here in the second half as Ringling will take a knee. Cashion one timeout. We'll see if they choose to stop it or not. Victory formation as Buskirk will take the snap. He'll take a knee. And Coach Shockford will burn that last timeout as we will have one more play here.
You've got to give these every shot you have.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Anything can happen. So
you got to use it. You got to use
that timeout, make them run one more play, see what happens. And if it goes to Ringling's plan, it'll be over. If not, give it. You got to give that chance. So, and like you said, to get that fourth down stop and then to make that drive and give us a shot to even have the onside kick was, just a big time play and big time effort by our football team out there. And even if this doesn't go, even if it hasn't gone the way we want it, today, these kids can hold their head high, I promise you, because they've given it all they have. All year long they've done it, and it's just been a very fun season to cover.
Yep.
And I've been blessed to be able to be a little bit a part of it, and just feel for all these kids. But, hey, they give it up to Ringling. They played a great game and made big plays and didn't make any mistakes.
So one more play is the timeout has ended here, and they're about to start this play clock, and Buskirk will go into the victory formation one more time. Looks like Ringling's trying to get the Gatorade jug here. Looks like Coach Coons might get a bath. 12 seconds left. He's under center. Have to get one more successful snap. He does. He takes a knee, and that'll do it. So, Chris, unfortunately, Cashion falls a little short here as the clock expires in the state finals. Congratulations to the Ringling Blue Devils as they'll take the Class A 2019 state championships, as all the trophies and awards are being carried out to to the 50-yard line to midfield. So congratulations to Ringling. Congratulations to Cashion. Great year. Another great season by Coach Shackford as his program continues to churn on. And do you want to take a quick break here and then come back and just wrap this up?
Yeah, we'll take a little quick break, come back, wrap it up, kind of just talk about the game and the season as a whole. Take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Dieselhorst, and we are here to help.
When it comes to cellular service, why pay for data you don't use? Pioneer Cellular offers a variety of plans designed to give you the lowest prices on the data you and the others on your plan really need. That's why people all over are switching to Pioneer. Pioneer Cellular can save you money on your family plan, no matter how you define family. Do the math. Visit our website at gopioneer.com, call us at 800-641-2732, or stop by a local Pioneer store. Find out how much we can save you.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Athlete Care OKC helps you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst.
All right, we're back here as, like I said earlier, the trophies, medals, all the awards are being set up right there at midfield on the UCO logo as Cashion and Ringling are about to be awarded their runner-up and state championship awards. And Chris, just I'll give you a few seconds here just to wrap this up. This game, this season, I know you've been a big part of it as we've went all the way through this season with Squirtle and these broadcasts. So over to you to wrap this up.
Yeah, just this whole game, coming into it, the excitement, let's just start in the summertime.
Right.
The coverage started building, the anticipation started building for this season.
Right.
And from the jump, Cashion was ranked number one.
Right.
And put a huge target on their back from day one because everybody in the media, everybody that has anything to do with high school football said Cashion is going to make it to the state championship and have a great chance to win it. For them to have that target on their back and say, bring it, guys.
Right.
Give us your best shot every single play of every single game almost. For them to answer that and to get to this point, like I said, at the beginning of this week, it was just excitement like no other.
Yeah.
Because, it was almost like, oh, we're finally here. This is where we're supposed to be. We're finally here. Well, to come into this game and then to really not make any big mistakes at all. Just come out, play your game. We got to lead with the extra point, and then come out in that second half. They got the lead and not going into that end zone right there at halftime. We were still right there in the game. So to come out in that second half and really hit people in the mouth and set the tone and kind of position yourself to score a few times but not get in the end zone. It was just kind of like, what do we got to do to win the championship, And then, like we said over and over, give it up to Ringling because when a big play needed to be made, they made it.
Yep.
We put them in positions to have to get away from what they do. We had them in 3rd and long twice, and what happened both times?
Yep.
Big, long touchdown passes that the quarterback put the ball where it had to be, and the receiver made the play in traffic for touchdowns.
Right.
So do not take anything away from Cashion because they were right there in it, but to give all the credit to Ringling
No
for
doubt.
making the plays when they had to. That's a great team, and
Yeah.
we had a great team. They had a great team. They made the plays to win the championship, and that's what you have to do to get that gold ball is make big plays. And
It's always good to see championship games where somebody wins the game too, and it's not somebody giving the game away. And you didn't see that today. I mean, that game. Ringling won the game. Cashion didn't do anything really to really just lose the game. And just give credit, like you said, to Ringling for making big plays and
doing what they do all year long.
Yeah,
have done
yeah.
all year long. That's
No.
exactly. And they had a game plan, and they came in and executed it perfectly, and came away with the gold ball.
Yep. So that'll wrap it up for us, and we appreciate all you guys that are tuning in. And I just want to thank both Squirtle and Cashion Public Schools for making this this resource available to all of those of you guys that maybe not are able to get out and make it to the game, maybe out of state or a long ways away. But this has been a great opportunity for I myself, Chris, have had to have had some Friday nights where things have come up, and I've had to tune in and watch, and it's been a great pleasure just watching it. And so just big props to Cashion Public Schools and to Squirtle for making this available to everybody, and a big thanks to Chris and Gibson and to Neiman Nabavi for the energy and effort. You guys put so much passion and energy into your pregame, your halftime shows, your postgame. I mean, not just to turn the camera on and put a mic on and call the game, but a lot of research, a lot of energy, a lot of passion. I know so many people appreciate it, and I know it's just going to continue to grow and grow. And it's a great resource, not just for our football team, but for our community and for our whole school system. So I just want to say thanks on behalf of everybody that tunes in all the time, for everybody that's involved in making this project, not just you guys too. I mean, Ryan Sunken, Hunter Sunken, Ethan Sunken. I mean, they're back here today doing that GameCast thing. I mean, top-notch, high-level stuff. And I know, there's a lot of other people that have helped make it work throughout the year. But I just want to say that before we sign off.
Well,
and
hey, we appreciate, me and him appreciate it. We appreciate everybody, giving us feedback and, telling us how much we appreciate the passion.
Right.
And because Neiman and I love it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, you can tell.
We love being in the middle of it. And so just to be a part of it was awesome. And Neiman's going to call, I think, pretty much all the basketball games. I'm going to try to do some when I can. There's a lot more basketball games than there is.
Oh, yeah.
Games. So,
yeah.
So I'm going to try to get in and call as many as I can. So we appreciate everybody, and it's been fun. And we are thankful to our administration for letting us get on here and represent them.
Right. So, continue to tune in continue to check CashionWildcats.tv as all the Cashion games, I say all, most, if there's no issues, should be brought to you live via that website. So continue to enjoy that, continue to tune in, and continue, we like seeing those numbers high and people tuning in and watching, because that makes this all worth it. So continue to do that, and once again, remind you, Cashion girls and Cashion boys basketball teams will be in the finals of the Garber Invitational Next Era Energy Tournament, and that is on Squirtle.tv or CashionWildcats.tv. You can catch it on either site. So tune in tonight as those two teams go battle, and we just thank you again for joining us today. And not the way we wanted to leave it, Chris, but once again, I mean, a few days will go by and we'll look back and we'll say, hey, man, it's another great season for Cashion football. And like I said, the program continues to chug on. I think we're returning between the sophomore and junior class, about 30 kids, so with a lot of experience. So we'll hopefully be back here again, and hopefully I'll get to come up and join you again in the state finals, because Neima's still going to have a boy down there playing, so he'll have two actually. He'll have two more, because they have another coming in to be a freshman. Oh, Nate will be a freshman next year, so two more again for Neima to keep up with. So anyway, we appreciate it. We'll sign off. We hope to see you guys, like I said, coming up in this basketball season. We hope you guys continue to tune in. For Chris, I'm Chad. We appreciate it. See you guys next time.